You've got Commissioner and Sister Jools in the house. See? And you know how it goes. You know what Commissioner loves to say? Run upstairs, go next door, bang on the door, bang on the wall, let your neighbors know Genesis Radio is in progress. Sister Jools.
I'd like to say hello, good morning to you all. As you know, I've been here slightly early this morning because I was not aware about the clock business. But this happens to me every year, so don't worry about it. If the same thing happened to you, don't worry about it either. I'd like to send my greetings out to all the listeners and everybody that partakes in Genesis and everybody that's calling in as well. Today we're going to talk about a number of subjects. I wasn't here last week because I was in Greece. I was actually in Athens taking in some nice sun, having a little break. So I apologise for my absence last week. And I heard that you talked about some very important issues, i.e. the march. And I only saw 2 actual reports on that. One in The Voice, I think it was, and one in the Daily Mail, which was a free newspaper, Sunday Mail, which was a free newspaper, which I got off the airline, from British Airways, and I started to read it. And I was quite dismayed because obviously they brought up Leo Chester's background in terms of legal and talked about how he'd been done for various things. Anyway, I would like to hear different voices and opinions on the march, and for those who did turn up, because I'm interested to know. The number is 0795. I'll repeat that. It's 0795. This is Genesis 91.6. This is the People's Talk Show, so it's all about you calling in. It's 0795 777. That's 777 54777. If you have to, go and grab a pen and I'll repeat it for you in a couple minutes. So Commissioner, greetings to you. Can you do please tell me and fill me in on what was talked about last week? So I dearly want to know. And for anybody else who didn't get a chance to participate in the show, I'm sure they'll be able to add to it this week, because I think it's something that really does need discussion. What do you say?
Well, unfortunately, Sister Jools wasn't here with us. But last week, I'm sure people will phone and tell how it was, how the march went. Well, as I said last week, I started off by saying I didn't so much regard it as a march, as a rally. It was more of a rally, you know. In my understanding of a march, you start off from one place and make your way to another. Even though yet all of us made our way individually, you know, reached up there, it was more of a rally. The day was a complete success, a huge success, you know. But I'm going to leave that for the Genesis family to tell us a bit more. We need some phone checks, north, south, east and west, 0795 777 5477. But still sticking with the rally, you know, see. Boy, reading this week's press and some of the comments that have been made by our own people in regards to the march, you know, it's a bit disheartening. Sorry, I still got a bit of cold. It's a bit disheartening when you hear the response from some of these people, you know, but I'm not going to go into it yet, because it's the People's Talk Show, you know what I mean? And we like to hear from you all. If there's anything that you've heard over the course of this week, if there's any information that needs to get out there, if there's anything that you think is relevant to our people, then, you know, give us a bell. 0795 777 5477. That's the number that's going to get you through. Say, let's keep it rolling.
Yes, listeners, it's me, Jools, back on form, fully refreshed, and I want to share a few things with you. When I was in Greece, I noticed some very, very interesting things. While I was out there, I went to a few museums, you know, as you do the touristy thing, and I also went to a few of the spots. Now, what really, really got me when I got there was the amount of African heritage in the museums. All right, and the fact is that they still call us Negroes, and it's actually pinned up on these things. Now, something that I really, really need to talk about as an issue here is use of the nigger word or the Negro word. I need to understand where it comes from. I understand the historical reasons behind it. But listening to Genesis last night, I heard several tracks, records with use of the N-word. I'm going to take this call. Hello, caller. You're in tune to Genesis. You're speaking to Jools. How may I help you? Hello? Hello? Oh, I can't hear you. Can you try to speak a little louder for me? Hello? Yeah? Oh, okay. Right, I've lost you. Can you please call back again, caller? Because I would like to speak about this. It's the use of the N-word, the negro, the nigger word. I've never really seen myself as either a negro or a nigger, but I've read many people's autobiographies. People like what's her name now? Oprah Winfrey, for instance. She regards herself. Okay, I'm gonna let this ring. I'm gonna take this call. Hello, caller. You're talking to Jools. You're listening to Genesis. How may I help you? Hello? I don't seem to be able to get a very good signal at all here this morning. Hello? Would you like to make a comment, or have I lost you? Okay, you're there, but you're not talking. Is there anything you'd like to say, or are you one of these silent people? Okay, well, I'm going to clear the line for someone else to call in. You know what the number is? It's 0795 777 5477. I'll repeat that one more time. This is the Genesis hotline. It's a people's talk show. It's for you to call in and to let us know your opinions on various issues, ones that you feel you want to talk about. Hello, you're through to Genesis. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? 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 Can you hear me? No? Hello? I'll tell you what, try again, and we'll see how we get on from there. Right, you can? Okay, we seem to have a little technical fault, but please do not stop trying to get through, because obviously it's a people's talk show. We just seem to have missed 3 calls, but no problem. Don't worry about it. Let's try it again. There's another caller who's trying to call in. Hello, you're listening to Genesis. You're talking to Jools. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Right, no. I do sincerely hope that we'll be able to get through this week. I wouldn't like there to be any problems, because I would like to hear your opinions on things such as how we describe ourselves, because I think it's very important. When I went there, they did this with all true legitimacy, as though there was nothing wrong with it. And our artifacts were like from 5,300 BC. And hello, you're in tune to Genesis. Can you hear? Hello? Okay. Okay. We've now discovered that the problem is actually within the studio, so we're going to actually get to it. But I do want you to call. But I think that cultural identity and race is something that we really, really need to address, as well as our diversity within the actual black race as well. Hello, you're in tune to Genesis. Jools is here. Can you hear me? All right. Listen, what it is that you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Can you actually call me back in about 2 minutes? We're just sorting out some of the wires here and making sure that everything is running well. So can you do that? Thanks, caller, for calling in. I really do appreciate your call. Please keep trying to keep calling in. Give us about 2 minutes to sort everything out in the studio, though. Let's see if anything can... Hello? Oh, no. And the lines are hot today, sorry. The lines are hot today, and we can't seem to get through. It sounds like it should be working okay now. So, you know the number, it's 0795 777 5477. Hello? Hello? You're in tune to Genesis? Okay. Right, we're gonna try and use a couple of minutes to try and sort out this small technical problem that we have here. I'm sorry about this, callers. But not to worry. Anyway, I would also like to find out if anyone saw or did anything very interesting for Black History Month, because it's something that we need to find out about. And if there's anything that you saw or have seen or have taken part in that you'd like to share with us, I'd also like to hear about that. So at least next year other people can go as well. particularly if it's running again. Hello, you're on Tune to Genesis. No, still not getting through. It's right, we're still testing. We're trying as hard as we can, listeners out there. We are really, really trying our best because we know this is a chance for you to reach out and to touch us and to also let the rest of London hear your opinion. And we're going live and clear this week, which is a wonderful, wonderful blessing for us. The number once again is 0795 777 5477. I'm going to hand you over to Commissioner now. Commissioner's here dancing around enjoying himself, and he looks fully refreshed and atoned fresh from last week's march, and this is wonderful for me to hear because it's nice to see. Right, I'm going to hand you over just for a second to...
Good morning, caller. Okay, it's a technical fault on our side.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, caller.
Good morning, boss. Good morning, boss.
Yeah, is that a radio you got there?
Yeah, I hear you.
Have you got your radio on there, my brother?
No, brother.
Okay. Go ahead, you're in tune to London. What would you like to say?
Good morning, brother. It's Brother Ron.
Good morning. I know your voice, brother.
Good morning, Sister Jools.
Yeah, she just popped out a second.
Yeah, because you can't get, couldn't get you. Right. You ready to roll, brother?
Let's roll, let's roll, let's roll.
Yeah. My input this morning is Brother Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Brother Mike being persecuted by these devils, right?
Yeah.
Brother Mike didn't do, we all know what he done was wrong in sport.
Uh-huh.
But they're persecuting him so much, right? It's not the first thing. You're only doing what the white man does.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And when Alan Clark, right?
Yes.
Had sex with the judge's wife
Uh-huh.
and his daughter. And if the judge didn't escape, he'd have bugged the judge too. The bugging is an offensive word in this program, brothers. Because if it's that, I apologize to management. Because I don't think, because hearing it and the
Yeah, you could have used much worse words, put it that way.
pardon?
You could have used much worse words, descriptive words, so, you know what I mean, that's all right.
Right, brother. I apologize if there's offensive word. Because hearing it in the national...
On the national radio.
Yeah, it is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I continue.
Yeah.
You had Tony Adams.
Uh-huh.
I'm not disrespecting prison.
Yeah.
He went to prison, he prayed for England. They didn't persecute him.
That's right.
Paul Morrison,
Yep.
another drug addict.
Yep.
Still playing for England.
Yep.
Right?
Then from EastEnders killed a man,
Yeah?
and they didn't persecute him.
They didn't persecute him, and they persecute him by the map.
Yeah, but
Right.
then again,
And-
Brother Ron, we know, right? It's a sad fact that if you're black, if you're male, and if you're high profile, then they're looking to bring you down.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you now, and then they go and get this old Uncle Tom,
Uh-huh.
modern day Uncle Tom, right? Gary Mason,
Okay.
to come and disregard Brother Mike on the radio, on Nicky Campbell radio.
When was this?
Tuesday morning.
Okay.
Because I even heard Brother Paul earlier on when I was going through. Brother Paul, if you're listening, could you give us a ring and put your input? Because they didn't listen to your input properly. They were talking about human rights.
Mm-hmm.
But I always say you have to have civil rights before you have human rights.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So this is how these devils operate. So they're talking about banning for land, through Book of Atonement, this and that. But I go back, when Alan Clark done his evil, he's still in Parliament.
But Tyson got back his license, innit?
Yeah, but the way they were, right?
Yeah.
You know, like he done something that the white man don't do.
For real. For real. But still, Ron, no matter what, you know, there's no excuse for what Mike done in the ring, because I remember when it actually happened, I personally said I felt like he let down the entire black race. You understand?
Yeah.
He let us all down.
I know that, brother. You know, everybody asks for forgiveness. Look, Clinton says sorry,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So let's get it fine, brother.
That's right.
Everybody the white man could do the evil and then say he's sorry.
That's right.
And when the black man do the same thing the white man do,
Yeah.
he's prosecuted.
Of course, that's how it's always been. But at the end of the day, supposing he turns around, he's got back his license now. What happens if he turns around and does it again? That makes all of us look like fools, bigger fools.
Yeah, but I don't think he makes the same mistake twice. You know?
He doesn't.
He's not stupid as a lot of people think he is. That's it. They're always talking about he's from the given this nation, the modern day Uncle Sam.
Well, I think if when you're fighting or someone, you know, to keep them down.
Yeah. So why did he call Brother Eubanks? What more intelligent than that modern day Uncle Tom? Did they call Brother Eubanks?
For real.
Another modern day Uncle Tom. To slap him down. It's other racist one, Nicky Campbell.
Well, again, you know, remember, I said people do these things for money, brethren. They do it for the money. This is a sad fact of a lot of our community now. It's not a matter of, oh, we're all African children and they stick together. It's a matter of how much can I earn and what can I do for myself.
Yeah. And this Gary Mason, right? He was going out over 3 months with a transvestite.
Was it?
He didn't know a boy from a girl, but he so indulged himself in Caucasian women.
What? Really?
Right? You see these punks, they're like, he's going out with a transvestite.
Yeah.
Over 3 months up kissing.
And he didn't know?
He didn't know.
Oh, shame.
Right? And then he come down and slapping down Brother Mike.
My gosh.
Right?
He ain't got
a black woman, a black sister.
Yeah.
He don't want to get up there in a week.
My gosh.
I just showed him then. You see?
Yeah, I hear that. But anyway, Ron, maybe, as you said, Brother Paul's going to phone in and enlighten us on that still. And maybe Mr. Gary Mason's out there listening himself.
Yeah, he is listening. You know, the modern day Uncle Tom.
We know he's a local lad.
Right,
Yeah, I mean, Gary, if you're out there, give us a bell. I can't believe that Ron said to me you was going to have a transvestite for 3 months and you didn't know. Give us a bell. Okay, brother.
Right.
Thanks for that phone check, man. Keep it low. Okay, whilst we sort out, we still got a little technical problem, right? I told you there's something I wanted you to hear. See? Listen to this. Oh. Good afternoon, caller. You're in tune to Genesis Radio. Hello, caller. You bow that, caller.
I'm here, guy. I'm here.
Did you say guy?
Yeah, what's happening?
Did you say guy?
You know, man.
Oh, please, let's get this clear from the beginning of the show. Anyone that phones me and refers to me or to any man out there in the community as guy, I'm going to hang them up.
Oh, don't, man. I just got out of bed, guy.
Yeah, you tell it again. Wake up, man. Wake up.
I'm wasting, man. I'm ready. No pants on. Let me talk.
Okay, what would you like to say to London?
My name's Warwick.
Uh-huh. Go on, brother.
And my sister don't like it because she fell on my face. And we wake up and it's bad, man. And I don't know what's happening.
You don't know what's happening?
No, the room's closing on me. I ain't had a wash. My woman won't make love to me. And everything's falling apart.
Yeah, well, hold on. I'm going to give you over to one of our experts that can maybe give you some advice. Because maybe, you know what I mean? Number one, you started off on the wrong foot saying guy. You was told about it, you said it again.
I'm sorry.
So, no. I'm not going to beat you up about that. But maybe that is a reflection of how you're dealing with your woman. You understand?
Yeah, but she won't even wash my feet.
She don't wash your feet. Are you serious?
No.
Oh, well, as we heard, he's got a problem with his woman washing his feet. It's a shame. What I want to know, has he got any hands?
Gary, why didn't you just tell us it was you?
That's really, really cool. I'm not participating in that joke. Listen, he took it steady and he took it slow. Leave the man alone. I want callers to call in, please, 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 about the use of this nigger and negro word and the use of this word, B-I-T-C-H, bitch. I don't know where it's coming from. And guy, and punk, and all the other ones. Because I need to understand the thinking behind the uses of the words and the reason why it's been promoted by the music industry in such a big way. Hello caller, you're in tune to Genesis, you're speaking to Jools. Where are you calling from? Hello? It seems to just happen to me. Don't you want to talk to me? Getting thoroughly upset now. Not really. Please keep trying again. It must be something to do with me, because every time it's time for them to call through to me, you seem to have a problem. You know you're listening to Genesis. That's right, the power station, 91.6 FM. And the number, yes, that's right, the Genesis hotline number is 0795 777 5477. I will actually keep repeating the number. Let's see if I'm going to have some better luck this time around. Hello, can you turn your radio down a little bit for me? Hi, can you turn your radio down, please? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, can you turn your radio down a little bit?
Yeah, I'm turning it down.
Oh, lovely. I can hear you now. What's your
Finally
name?
got through.
Sorry, what's your name?
Well, my name's Sister Tigesti.
Oh, hi, sister.
Tigesti, or Sister T. Well, listen, I wanted to talk about the march, because I was one of the sisters that got up on the stage and spoke about what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's like there's a lot of things that people are going to say. I think the march was a good... Well, it wasn't a march, as the earlier brother said. I think the rally was a beautiful thing. It was well organised by the Muslims, and it's a good thing. But they haven't got a goal. And the black people here don't have a goal. We even have a problem. Radio stations, pirate stations can't get to play decent black music for us and cut them off. Things like that, we should be out there rallying and showing the government that we need better. We need pirate stations, our stations, black stations to be playing black music. We need so much things, Rasta. Right now we've got a problem listening to you. So black people and people within themselves should take that rally and get more of it for things that we want, you know? Thank you very much for listening to me. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Listen, I completely agree, and I do think that we do need some kind of focus.
Right.
Yeah, because it's no point in rallying people together, right, unless you can have some kind of a mission and a mission. Did you see where I'm coming from? Some kind of objective. It's a positive thing, and I do feel that it was... But at the same time, right, we also have to learn from any possible downsides of the march as well. Why up? Because as far as I'm concerned, a cause like that, we should have been there in our droves. I don't know what the weather was like because I wasn't here. I wasn't in the country.
What was the cause really to be? I don't think anybody really knew the cause. The cause can come to this country.
Say that again.
I said it was like fire curtain. It was. The date, something that happened in America, and they wanted to do it here also, and I think it was a very good thing. But what I'm saying, that we should use it. Right now we use the last thing. Rally like those, and then send our petition onto the government. I'm a politician, so I'm just talking about radio stations at this present, because this is what I'm dealing with. We haven't got any aims, we haven't got any objectives, we're just happy, you know, happy in a battle. This man I personally wanted to hear. I wanted to hear more things. Council tax killing us, car tax killing us, homelessness is killing us, drugs are killing us. Oh, we've got so much problems, babe. We need to organize and have more rallies. And when I petition from to Downing Street, black people need to have rights.
Listen, I agree. I mean, I agree with 90% of what you said. And I think that, yeah, we do need to start writing petitions. We do need to start going through the actual political process.
Right.
And I do feel that we need to know the political process. Part of our problem is that we don't actually know correct avenues, we don't actually know our rights. Yeah, we don't actually know what we've got the power to do, because it's an unfortunate situation that black people have an infliction, which I would call fear. I have a fear to something very afraid to complain.
That's true. Now, what I feel about the Muslim, not my food, I think no one must forget Farrakhan, because I love him too, but concentrate more on community issues that's facing us now. And this is a message to them. I really support it, and it's dealing with community issue. I'm one of the first to be there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Hello? Right, you're breaking up slightly. I'm having a little difficulty hearing you.
Do you want to say something else to me?
Say that again?
I said, have you got something else to say to me?
Right, I have got something to say. How do you feel about the Negro word? I didn't quite get what you said, the Negro, the nigger word, the this, the that.
Negro, it's you know, them call it so much different things, we've been much different things. So word in the Negro, the thought, is not all of the people, you're over.
Listen, you can have to say the last bit a little bit.
Trivial thing like white and black and new blue and this. We're just people, Rastafari. That's right.
All right. Well, listen, I didn't hear the last bit that you had to say. You was a bit scrambled up, and I don't really want to assume what you've said, so I'm going to ask you kindly to repeat it. Would you mind?
The last what I said?
Yeah, I didn't
I
hear
said
that.
we call them white people too, innit? And them not really white. And them call you black, them call you wag, them call you this, them call you that. So true being here from I was 11 then. I heard so many names calling me. So I don't really matter about any word now, because I'm a Rastafarian. So me just say, Rastafari, that's my new word, you know, for everyone. Maybe I'm ignorant towards that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that it's important. Myself personally, I don't think that it's something that I can just shrug underneath the carpet, because this word is coming up and up and up again and again and again. And our children are hearing it again, right? What we should be doing is flushing it through the system.
So what would you like to be called?
Me? Listen, the first thing I am is black and proud. Right? Listen, that's what I'm saying. The first thing I am is black and proud.
You'd like to be called black and proud?
Listen, you can call me black and proud any day.
Yeah, and you don't like to be called a Negro?
I'm not a Negro. I'm not a negative growth. I never have been negative growth. I have been a positive growth from the time I was conceived.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see
so that's the way you see it. Now, with me, the way I see it, I don't care what they call me. Because they call me now big and not dirty head Rasta, but I still love that. So words to me, they don't really play with that. You others.
I agree.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, listen, my grandma, my owner grandma, when I started to locks up, my owner grandma said to me that me a ton mad, right? And me have big, dirty, ugly locks in my head. Right? So I'm saying that it's the mindset. I keep saying this, and I really do sincerely mean it, that there is a mindset of people which follow certain values, right?
Yeah.
It's those people that follow the values that create the problems for the children later on, because they still have the caste system, which is that the lighter skin one is the more favourite than the darker skin one, because they're prettier and have nicer hair. Now, what I'm saying is
that... my sister. Now, you know why this? You know why? Because we have the Black Madonna. Have you ever heard of the Black Madonna?
Yeah.
She's so black till her skin's so beautiful. And this is what they want to hide, the blackness of her, the truth of Mary. From the black, they want to hide the black Christ. So any little words that they can use and that, any little way like the brown skin one is more. You first have to look at that and exalt the Black Madonna, which gives us the strength for whatever color you may be. The love is universal. Because have you ever seen a picture of the Black Madonna?
Yeah, I did. Listen, I went to the Byzantine Museum when I was in Greece.
She says she's beautiful.
Right, now check this out. And I've got to tell you this. While I was there, I saw loads of murals, loads of stuff, right? And they were all of the whites, Jesus and Mary. And then there was one particular one, which I couldn't actually get a postcard of, in which Mary was depicted as a woman with brown skin, and so was Jesus. Now, the point I'm making is that they say that that was a colour according to age, because of the aging process on the actual tapestries and on the actual murals and mosaics themselves. Now, the point I'm making is, irrespective, right, of whether Mary, right, in your view or anyone else's view is black or white, yeah, we know, right, that humanity, civilization and human beings started from black. So we don't even have to look at that, because we have got so many kings and queens and dynasties way before that, right? I'm talking about millennium past, and we taught them how to be civilized, and now they're destroying the planet. And I'm
going to tell you now. All right, so we've got a history, right, of great black people.
Of course,
now, but since the 70s, right, we've also done great things, but there's nothing of us. These black people left back to our children. Now you're a man make a whole heap of noise about the man who bite off and the boxer.
Yeah.
And it was a long conversation. Now that's one person is black, but Wembley bite off a next man nose. So, but he's talked about black writers, we've got beautiful community workers, we've got singers, we're tired of the singers. Let's say the writers, the artists, the community workers. These are the people that we should be writing about and talking about. That's leaving history. Even what we're saying, like some people don't like to be called black, they rather be called or they don't like to be called negroes. You know, explain why they don't like to be called, why, who called us this. More books, so when we go, we have our books not selling for £5, selling them for £1. So everybody in them pockets can afford to spread our history. Talk about us, you know.
I've got to say this to you, right? If you want to hide anything from a black man, put it in a book, right? No, because the reason, wait, for me to stop that, right? But I can say, right, from personal experience, that I have bought people books, yeah, to help educate them, and the books are sat there and collected dust, and they were not gratefully received.
All right, then.
Because they would have preferred to have some kind of Mills and Boons, right, or romantic story than factual history, because there's not an interest. What I'm trying to say is that we need to promote an interest and make it interesting and make it appealing. I'm not saying that those books aren't good. They're fantastic books.
No,
they should be reduced in price as an incentive for people to buy them. But I'm not saying man or black woman put it in a book and they won't read it. But you'll find that 9 times out of 10, you'll find the average black person buying the Sun, right? The Morning Time or the Mirror. And you've got to admit it. You can stand in your corner shop and watch them come in, and they're not going to buy any black newspapers. They're going to go and get the Sun, or they're going to get the Mirror. Right. But
now, let me explain. This is the way I see it, right? I've watched them. If they've got somebody that done a book, they have a party. Yeah. And them have little orange and little biscuit and that. And I'm invite everyone that they can come in, and then show you this the person who writes it, and 3 books are there for the person to pick up. And you didn't know that this person write this book. Now we don't. It's like we're not really communalized. We said unite, but we need to communalize more. Fashion shows. A lot of sisters show some beautiful things, and it's still locked up in there. From one of them do show something. Then have a massive big fashion show, and what they do, they charge so small that everybody can come in.
Yeah.
You know, it's we need to communicate more with one another and showing our skills back home, right? You can sit on the piers and sell a box of matches and make money, and the shop will sell it. Everyone's selling, trading. We're not doing enough for that, you know.
Yeah.
We're too much like, you know, Babylonialized.
I'm inclined to agree, but I've got something to add to you. The black poet Sappho, Sappho, was the most successful female lyricist of ancient Greece. Her poetry earned her the title of the 10th Muse in the 6th century, and she was black.
Beautiful.
So, you know, we've been doing it it's just because we don't know about it. But things like this have been going on for a long time. I actually got this from the New Nation. Not that I'm promoting them at all, because they need to sort out their own administration. They really do need to sort out their administration. And the editor, Michael Iboda, needs to sort out his administration and make sure he pays people for articles that they put in. But there's also another one that I'd like to tell you about, which is a black author and playwright called Wola Sonyika, who worked for the Royal Court Theatre in London before becoming the first African to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1986.
And I've never heard about them.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
No, but I suppose there was something going on in Britain about them. There were free leaflets, free advertisement, black stations, Choice FM and people like that support the cause. Then everybody... But my children did it. So listen, there was some team of poets and these were what they did. We need to advertise more our things. What we do... Hello?
Yeah, I'm here, you know, sis.
And that's like all the Muslim advertise their things. And they got so much, nearly 5,000 people coming. We need to advertise our things more, and I support. You can come through your doors, drop free posters through the doors, you know, let them know what's going on. I thought this is how the European people do them things, isn't it? So we have to start from that as a community and as a nation. Yeah. That's how we have to start.
I agree. I think that's the only way forward, because if we can't invest in ourselves, right, then how can we expect anyone else to really come in? And we need to address business in a business-like fashion.
Rasta, everything.
You see what I'm saying?
Everything we do it. Because listen, the Father said, we must go to Babylon, learn of their ways, but be not partakers. So we come here, we learn them ways, and we partake with it for our own benefit, not for our people, you know? And some you see it. Give thanks and praise for it, last day I live. Love my daughter.
Peace and love, sis.
You love, yeah?
All right, listen, don't bother burning your phone bill no more, but I'm going to pick up on a couple of the points that you did say and carry them through, because what you're saying is absolutely right. Yeah? What you're saying is absolutely right.
I have to thank the Muslim them for what they did, you know what I mean?
I always give thanks to everybody for what they do, as long as it's positive.
Now this is for the people out there who have something bad to say. If they wanted to bring fire can here, they did. Well, it never come, because I have the same vice. Last year, my God. Yeah. But they're not allowing for coming.
No, they're not. They're too afraid, innit?
Of course, but see, we're here shouting the same thing as a community. So you might as a community now. I could get our business on the way. So that's where I live.
Yeah.
Love you?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you mean. But people have got to realise themselves, and there's a poet called Adiza, and he always said, I've got one of his tracks actually. I'd like
Why don't you play it for the world?
And it says, revolutionaries move in silence.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's not as big as what you hear, you know, it's what you know is going on.
Sure.
And I think that's what we need to do. We don't only need to be doing it on the upfront, but we also need to be doing it behind closed doors.
Sure.
And in silence, and moving in silence.
Sure.
And operating in silence. And putting certain things into position, so when you're ready, you just go. You ain't got no problem, because no one don't know unless you want them to know.
You know? Well, that's a good statement. Give thanks for those words.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you again, eh?
Okay.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you, Sister Tanista. Segesti. Sorry. I was trying to listen to Mr. Man in the studio.
Sister Benji, they call me. Sister Benji.
Sister Benji.
Yeah.
Oh, Sister Benji.
Well, there's lots of Benjis all over the earth.
Oh, I'm telling you what, I've met so many Sister Benjis, yeah.
There's a lot of powerful Sister Benjis all over the earth, you know. Love to the Benjites. That's where I live, yeah?
All right, peace and love. Selassie Arul. All right. That was a very, 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 very interesting call. Yeah, there are so many women that are out there and they're calling and they're saying, look, we need to get it together, we need to do this and we need to do that. Well, I can tell you about one event that's happening, and that is on the 4th of December. Now, I'm calling out an appeal on behalf of a lady who I met in a sauna called Carmen. And Carmen's asked me to send out an appeal for any artist or anyone to come forward for an event that's happening to raise money for the hurricane appeal for Dominica on the 4th of December at the Rex. I'm going to ask the rest of the Genesis crew to get involved, but in the meantime, I'm going to take this call. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry I lost you. But if you would like to find out more information, please call the studio number after the show. The number is 0795 777 5477. Right, hello, I'll take, I think Commissioner's going to take this call. Hello?
Huh?
Good afternoon, caller in tune to Genesis Radio. Okay, sis, we lost you. We've got to apologise also for the technical fault. Sometimes we're dropping in and out. So it costs some time. Keep it going, please, Genesis family. Remember, there was something I wanted to read to you regarding the march and just picking up on the call that Sister Jools had there. And in terms of the nation, let's get one thing straight, because I think a lot of people don't realise. This march was not a nation march. This march was not organised by the nation. This march was organised by a consortium of black community organisations. They came together and they done it. So let's just get that straight first of all, okay? Good afternoon, caller, in tune to Genesis Radio.
Genesis, good morning. Greeting in Jesus' name.
Yes, sis, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a parent of under the borough of Sadok, and I just want to let you know that I'm concerned. I'm a parent, and I'm concerned about one Karen Johani.
About?
One Karen Johani. I'm a parent. My children go to the Sojourner Centre in Sumner Road.
Yes.
And she had a unfair dismissal.
Okay.
Which that is injustice. And I just want you to comment on it for me, because I'm very concerned as a parent and as a black person.
Okay.
I am deeply concerned about her dismissal of Karen Johani, coordinator of the Afro-Caribbean Youth Development Project. This project was based in Peckham.
Yes.
Has been discriminated against a number of areas.
Yep.
Southern Council and Youth Service has deliberately starved this project of resources.
I hear that.
Appropriate levels of staff and support since this inception. I am a parent of a young person who used the project. I am no longer prepared to put up with this kind of treatment. I find it uncapable that the council is one that can praise the quality of work created by the few staff of this project, then suck the worker responsibility for delivering this quality work.
Okay, so this is directly an action of Southwark Council.
Yes, this is the action to her, and I'm concerned as a parent. And I want you to deeply emphasize on this, because I think this is injustice.
Okay, sis. All right, sis. First of all, for all of those that don't know, what does the Sojourner Truth Centre do cater for with the children?
It cater for the black children. And people who goes to work haven't got anyone to look after their kids. They go there to do their own work and everything. If we want a better society for the black people, then we must join together in one voice.
Okay.
Make the change stronger. Because without that change, we will never get anywhere.
For real.
And we must come with one voice. Let them know
and it's just
that we are all one.
That's right.
We are all one human being, and this is injustice.
Okay, so this is happening at Sojourner Truth. The coordinator's been fired by Southwark Council.
Yes, because she went to do her placement in New York. And she went on research, and when she come back, this is what she gets. She can go to get education to bring back, to give the black children, so that we don't have any more police handling the young people, taking them to the police station and locking them up uncalled for.
That's right.
And I am a parent, and I'm deeply concerned, and I'm going to fight a battle, and I'm not going to stop.
Okay, all right, sis. This is.
So I want you to, mister, to emphasize and eat today for me as a parent.
Okay. Well,
and I live in Sadok.
Okay, listen a minute.
I won't mention my name because I'm a parent.
I don't want your name, but listen to me a second.
Yes.
Off the top of my head, all right?
Yes.
This is the first thing that I would say should be done.
Yes.
Okay? For everybody, all concerned parents, all concerned members of the public, all concerned Genesis listeners.
Yes, I'm a Genesis listener.
Right. Well, what we need then is Sojourner Truth. You need a public meeting in Sojourner Truth.
We are having that. We are having that on Wednesday. We are going to have that on Wednesday.
Wednesday at what time?
Hold on a minute. The meeting is on this Wednesday about 7:30.
This Wednesday?
Yes, between 7:30 and 8.
Okay. And give me the full address of Sojourner Truth Centre.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
It's the Afro-Caribbean
The Afro-Caribbean
Development Project Parents Group.
Development Project Parents Group.
Yes, CO161 Sumner Road, Peckham, SE15. And the telephone
Was that
number...
61? Was that 61 Sumner Road?
Yes, 161 Sumner Road,
Yeah.
Peckham.
Sumner,
and it's
Sumner.
SE15.
Peckham, SE15.
Yes. And I want to imply on it because this is urgent.
Okay,
We
give me the
need-
phone number as well.
We need this to be published. And I hope all the Genesis listener is listening today.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm speaking on behalf of black people and
real?
black children.
For real?
Because I have a mother.
Uh-huh.
I want to see more black judges.
Black lawyers, solicitors.
Yes, black lawyers.
Uh-huh.
I want to see more black doctors. People that look like me.
That's right. That's right. I agree with that
I
100%.
want people that when I see someone that looks like me, I feel I'm in heaven.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, listen, give me the number for Sojourner Truth as well. The phone number.
The phone number.
Yeah.
Hold on, my son. I know this call is going to cost me, but it's not my life. And
That's
it's not
the
the
truth.
end of the world.
That's the
We
truth.
have lost more than this in our fight.
Yeah. And
The number is 0171.
Yeah, 0171
Yes, 635
635
8075.
8075.
Yes.
And the meeting is on Wednesday about
Yes,
7:30.
this Wednesday.
Okay.
I think it's between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Just a minute. I don't want to put you on the wrong track. But anyway, the meeting is this Wednesday, as I mentioned earlier on,
Okay.
between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
Okay, my
So I would
sister.
like all parents to be there.
Yes.
And let we come out in one voice.
And give as much support as we can.
Yes, do that. Publish it. Emphasize on it today.
Okay.
Because I think as a parent and a mother,
Yes.
all children is my children.
Yes.
Everybody children, whether I know you or I don't know
Oh,
you.
that's right.
You're
That's
my
right.
children.
And if we don't care for them, then what's going to happen to them?
Exactly. And we will have less criminals. We will have less police banging up our children and
Yep.
take them to station and call for.
Yep.
Because what ears don't hear, heart don't leap.
For real. So,
You understand?
But sister, well, listen. The whole of London has heard the message that you just put out, right?
Yes?
And we're going to we'll put it out throughout the show. And,
Yes.
and I know that there's
I'm not a
people...
great speaker, but I try my best.
No, well, you done great. You done great. You done great. You done more than your best. You done great because you put it over clear and precise. So
Yes.
there's no confusion about what is going on.
Yes, and when she came back to America, they dismissed her. And I
Give me
think
her
that
name
is-
again.
That is, pardon?
She is the coordinator. Give me the name of the
The
coordinator again.
coordinator is Miss Karen Johaney.
Miss Karen.
Johaney. Don't get me wrong, some of the young people having children and they are not directing them in the right direction.
For real.
We as parents, we need to help and do what we
We
can
can for the
to
children.
make our children, here's to come, be better children.
Okay. Sis, enough respect for what you said, all right?
Yes, and I tell you, if I know where Genesis was, today I would be on your pulpit preaching today, mister.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Because I'm not scared of anything, brother.
Well, that's good. And you know what?
I'm not
You see, as
scared
you
of
said
no
that.
one.
You see, as you said that.
Yes.
I'm going to try and be at this meeting so I can meet you. And
Huh?
I'm going to try and come to this meeting so I can
Please.
meet you.
What
all
is
right?
your name, mister?
Commissioner.
Huh?
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
Yes.
Well, my name is Mother.
All right, Sister
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes, praise God.
Of course, we must praise him, of course, every time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
thank you for having the strength and the courage to phone up and let the people know.
Yes.
All right, my
And
sis?
you emphasize on that today, please.
Okay, we will.
Yes.
You take care.
Yes, and God bless you, my son.
Likewise.
Greet you in
Likewise. sis.
Jesus' name.
All right, thank
Praise
you very
God.
much. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
You all are hearing it there loud and clear. See, this is why Genesis is Genesis. This is why the People's Talk Show is the People's Talk Show. Because you all in the community can just come and hear your view and let even us know some things are going on. There's injustice going on all over the place, you know. But we can't do nothing about it if we don't know. Once we know, and I know there's many of you Genesis listeners out there that's heard what the sister said. Sojourner Truth Youth Project down there in Sumner Road, Peckham, I know it personally. It's been around for years and years and years. Southwark Council, sacked the coordinator. Now Southwark is a little dirty council, you know. Southwark is a little dirty council, and I can say it because I used to live in Southwark. Southwark is a little dirty council. Harriet Harman come out of Southwark, you understand? And when she was in Southwark, she was doing the same as the rest of them. They've been ripping off black people in the borough of Southwark for how long? They've been taking out misappropriation of funds. They've been putting them in squalor and living in degradation. They've been closing down all of the youth clubs, all of the centres, everything for young black people, even the parks that was in Southwark. A lot of them are just being chopped. Huh? You look how much time Southwark has been on television for corrupt ministers, corrupt this, corrupt that, taking bribes, rare. It's time for us. If we live in a community where there's more than 5 of us, then why on earth are we allowing these people to dictate where we should live, what our children should do, what day of the week your child should get arrested on? Because if you close down the youth clubs, then the youths them are on the street, and from the youths are on the street, they're vulnerable. Now it's shown, you know, from the days of old Maggie, when she attacked Ilya, the youth service, and completely carved it up into pieces, youth crime rate went sky high. Did you all hear? Did you all hear? Government, who's in now? Oh, Labour. You all listen, you all should know better. When old Maggie killed Ilya, youth crime went sky high, through the roof. Now you are supposed to be the Labour Party that's supposed to have, especially black people that's been loyal to you for our boy, from your conception. Black people that's been loyal to you and voted for you, and you still come in with the same policies. You still want to close down, and in particular, you know, the community organizations for black people that's around now, they are extremely successful because they've come through the last 20 years when money was cut, this was killed, that was closed, all kind of things was going on. And they've managed to brave the storm and weather it through, and now they're here, 98, going into another year again, still providing a service for our community. And we've got some little, I can't use that word because Jools is, but we've got some people in local authority that's ruining the lives of our youths. Let me tell you all something about local authority. And I'm not going to get carried away. The number's 0795 777 5477. But let me tell you something about local authority. Any one of you out there now, including the brother that phoned up and said he's in bed and he can't get his feet washed, any one of you can go in a town hall and tell them, I want to be a councillor, I want to be on this committee, I want to be on a management committee for housing in the borough, I want to be in an education committee, I want to do this, I want to do, any one of you, you know, any one of you can do it. And if you don't do it, then you can't blame the likes of Southwark leaders that's just ripping us off and killing the essence of our society and our community and our youths. It's for the children, you know. If you don't care about yourself, it's for the children. Now we have a load of people out there that's not working. Let me tell you something else about being a councillor. You get so much money for going to meetings, for childcare, that you don't need to work. That's why enough of these people are councillors. Now I'm telling you, you know, you might tell me I'm talking rubbish. I'm telling you this because I used to do it. See, years ago in Lambeth, and I didn't live in Lambeth at the time, and I was a councillor, or I was going to the council meetings, you know what I mean, behind closed doors meetings, and I used to get my babysitting expenses, I used to get my travel expenses, I get my lunch expenses, I get this expense, that expense. You see, by the end of the month, I'm clearing a salary, huh? So, you know, I know they say it's voluntary, you know, but the councillors has got it down to a T. You think they don't know what they're doing? They work voluntary, they hold surgery every 2 weeks or every whatever, but they're not making money out of that. You think they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart? Not a chance. Not a chance.
call.
It's me, David.
Hello, David.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
Julie, yeah, I'm okay. Is Commission okay?
Commissioner is fine. He's in very good health. One love.
Yeah, peace.
Please. What to say today, David?
Yeah, I just wish to make a statement on what is going
Breaking up. Can you call back?
Okay.
Call back, yeah? You're breaking up slightly. Call back, David. Alright, that's great. I'm sure I'll try to call back. I haven't spoken to David for quite a while, but David is a local caller who always seems to give excellent contributions. I don't understand all he's got to say, but what I do understand, it always sounds very positive. Number, that's Genesis 91.6 FM. Their hotline number is 0795 777 5477. Hello, caller, what's your name? You're in Genesis.
Sister Ron.
Hello, Rob. Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
All you were saying earlier on, mentioned from the wayward person. I don't know, I'm not a university graduate, but I don't know if you could break it down, because funk is a wayward person, someone who dressed funny, right?
So,
It's just like my black sister was saying I and I, because I was looking in the dictionary, I can't see the word to define it.
yeah.
See, so...
You want to know what I and I means?
No, I know what I know. You said when you came back, you said the word punk. People using the word punk because I used
punk.
it early on.
Yeah, did you have a look?
I look at it and I phone my daughter and I asked her, but she can't see it too.
So we don't actually know what the word
I
punk
don't know. I don't know. A punk is a wayward person.
A punk
But
is a wayward person.
someone who could look in the dictionary and phone in and give her a breakdown on the word. You see.
That would be good. If someone could actually call in, that would be excellent and give us a breakdown on the word, because I would like to know. I looked up negro, and I looked up in a few dictionaries. And I also tried to look up the colloquial use of nigger as well, but I couldn't find that other than the area of the Niger was what they were trying to say.
Yeah.
And it was shortened for those people who come from that particular place in Africa. As for negro, like I said, they use it it's taken from negros, which is Spanish. Unfortunately, I speak basic Spanish. And negros is actually meaning black.
I know that.
In Greek, it's melos, which also is like melanin, yeah? How Negro came in is that they used to call areas of Africa, right? Huge areas. If you go back, there's a map which was published in about the 18th century by a guy, I think his name's called P. Goratio, something like that. Anyway, I've got it written down. I'll bring it next week. Anyway, on this map, there's huge areas of Africa, and it's just got Negro land. Sorry. Can you hear me, Ron? Ron? I seem to have lost you. Are you there? Oh, I can hear you vaguely now. Okay, Ron? Oh, all right, you've gone. But like I was saying, there are all these huge areas of Negro land. I would like someone to call in with definitions on the word punk, even if you've got a computer handy and you've got even a local or any other dictionary actually. Let's see if that's Ron calling back. Hello, you're in Tune to Genesis. What's your name, caller?
Yeah, it's me again, King David, David. You know, yeah, the message I wanted to voice was tobacco and alcohol companies do not care if you have life or you die. That's as long as they profit from you buying. Yeah, maybe people don't fully cooperate I'm saying? A lot of people take time out and they drink alcohol.
Yeah.
And alcohol is not good for you.
No, it's not.
It makes you happy, but it's a false pleasure.
Yeah.
Anyhow, on the date, the 31st of October, 1998, Saturday, at 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Britain's first political party for people of the motherland origin or Africa origin.
Where is this meeting? Where is this meeting?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you the venue.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a pen as well, so
Totally.
give me a sec. Okay. I'm just gonna jot down the information because I mean it's wonderful that people actually call in and give us their information on what is actually going on, because I think that Genesis is like the family station, and it's also there to help us air and to advertise things that are going on, because if I might not be able to go, someone that's listening might be interested to go and might even turn up, which would be really good.
Yeah.
Okay then, go ahead David, give me the information. It's the 31st, it's Saturday the 31st
Yeah,
of October.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Saturday, October the 31st.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the time is from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
It's from 12 p.m.
The venue is 55 Wellington Road, London, SW9. Yeah, that's in Brixton.
Okay.
The
Got a
venue
number?
is known as the New Initiative.
The what?
New
The
Initiative.
new initiative.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when we congregated in Trafalgar Square, I noticed I think it was a so-called black paper voice, I think they had a photograph of Nelson's column. Nelson on a big column standing over all the people, like it was kind of like some kind of psychological thing they was putting over, but you're still slaves.
Yeah.
I
Well, of
don't
course
know.
it is.
Did you notice that?
Of course it is. I mean, I think that there's a lot of underlying psychological things within society. Even you talk about things like statues, images. How many statues have we got of a person, a black person who has contributed to this nation? How many? How many have we got on columns standing up in the middle of London, considering we were here first? Considering we were here first.
Nothing. There's nothing to represent the enslaved nation, meaning me and my sister and many others up there. About time we got something what represents us solidly. But I will say that poem once more.
You see that poem? I'll tell you what I want you to do to me. Do for me. Do to me. Get the wrong impression. My boyfriend will go off key. Here's my love towards you, my boyfriend. But no, what I want you to do is to either post it or fax it, because I'd like to be able to read it out very, very clearly, because I have heard from other callers that they didn't quite get the full gist and they couldn't understand. As I understand it, you've got a speech impediment, so it causes a small problem in terms of communicating across to the listeners.
Basically, on the date, the 30th of April, 94, I suffered a gunshot wound to the left side of my head.
Oh, and you're still alive to tell the tale? You want to give thanks? But you're blessed. You're the first person I know that had a gunshot wound through the head and still survived.
But you know, in a way, we've been given gifts by the most supreme, but a lot of us don't know we have it. Yeah, and that means we can do many things.
I agree.
Truly. So I would just restate the poem again because it's got a message in there and it's for the people.
That's why I want you to post it in. Now, are you going to do what are you going to do as you're told?
Say that once more.
Can you post it in?
Yeah.
Can you post it? I'd like to read it on the air for next week's show. So I need for you to post it in to the Genesis.
Yeah, I will post it in, but let me restate it once more.
Right. What I'm trying to say to you is, in order for you to put something across effectively, people need to... Listen, let me finish, David. Let me finish. People need to understand. You need to articulate. Let me finish, David. You like to interrupt, right? Let me finish, So what I'm saying is that, what's the title of the poem?
The poem has no title. It has no title.
Okay.
It's a way of waking up the enslaved nation, which includes myself. So, can I please state the poem?
Yes, go ahead, but I want you to send me a copy of it, and I want you to commit to that on air.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, go ahead.
Tobacco and alcohol companies do not care if you have life or you die, just as long as cigarettes you're addictive to and you can't have not to buy. Yeah, anyway, I'm gonna dash out now. Yeah, the most superior guide and protect and waking up the slave nation. Yeah, peace. Bye. Bye. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. I was listening to you.
Truly, your peace sister, peace commissioner.
Okay,
Bye.
then. I'm going to hand you over to Commissioner. He wants to have a word with you.
Yeah, one love, brother D. Thanks for the call. And big up to the whole of the family. Kiss up all of the children down there. Scene. Enough respect. Hardcore warrior. Scene, you all heard it there. There's going to be a meeting down at New Initiatives talking about us and governing ourselves. Weddington Road, which is in Stockwell, New Initiatives, number 55. Okay, we're going to take this call. Good afternoon, you're on tune to Genesis Radio.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Greetings, Commissioner.
One love, brethren.
Cheers. But me think that the lady should have kind of patient more for the brother, you know?
For real?
The brother situation still, you know?
Well, I'll let you talk to the sis.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've heard the poem before. If you're a regular Genesis listener, are you?
Yeah, man.
You are. So you've heard the poem before. What I want to do is the poem, I would rather, if he's got a 2-line poem, it's read at like the top of every hour, especially if it's important. Because my problem is that I do have a problem in hearing it, and I have heard from other listeners who I am defending, is that they had a problem in hearing it. So I said that I would make sure I got it on paper for the next time to read it, but he hasn't sent it. Yeah, and I've got all the patience I need. As long as you can do your side of the bargain, I will do mine. And you know that goes through life for me. And I know it may seem as though I'm harsh, but let's get onto a subject that we all need to talk about that you'd like to share with us, as opposed to my shortness with the other caller. What have you called in to say?
Listen, man. You represent the people, yeah?
Always representing the people.
And deal with the people, you know? The brother have a different situation, so you must be more understanding.
No, I completely understand your situation. Like I said, I've spoken to him before.
Okay.
If you listen to me, I've spoken to him before, and I'm fully understanding of his situation. And I'm also fully understanding of what he had to say. Although not everybody can hear it. And that is a problem that people will switch off. And it is a people station. And I would love to read what he says time and time again. So in fact, I'm giving him more of an opportunity and not taking one away. So look at it in a positive light and not a negative one. Because it's not about ego, it's about making sure people can hear what's being said. So I'm being understanding with you now. Can you talk to me?
Can I speak to Commissioner?
Yes, you can. I'll hand you over.
Yeah, thanks.
One love.
Yes, I, Commissioner.
Yeah, brethren.
Yes, you see the brother Run?
Yeah.
Run, I and I means I and I.
No, at the same time, he wasn't asking what that meant, brethren.
Yeah.
You know, but he said, what he had said, because I picked it up wrong, but what he actually said is the same way how the Rasta sister that phoned up said I and I. He said he knows where that come from and what it means, but in the same manner, what does punk mean?
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's what he was saying, my brother.
But the other time, there was a next program, about mixed race and all in there, right? And it coming like, you did it?
Yeah, I'm still there, brethren.
Coming like little argument on the phone, you know?
Yeah.
But Run is a big soldier, man, you know?
For real, all the time.
Run is a sit down and witness firsthand the wickedness of the police.
For real.
Down Stephen Lawrence inquiry.
Yeah.
Yeah, a man will sit down every day and witness how the police lie.
That's right.
And, you know, wicked lies, blatant wickedness.
You know what, Bridget?
So,
we need more people like Ron out there.
It's you know, you can't understand which part you come from, you know?
For real.
From you witness such wickedness.
For real.
You know?
But you...
So you have to pick one up still, you know?
Bridget.
I told you.
At the end of the day, listen.
Yeah.
You know. I always say, you know, and I've got to apologize to everyone that never caught me yesterday morning. There was a misunderstanding. But usually on my Saturday show, I'm always trying to tell people, listen, it's a spiritual warfare, you know.
Yeah, man.
And it's not everybody that looks like me is for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling you, my brethren. So, you know, when we got people like Ron, and we got people like David, and we got people like Jackie, and we got other people out there in the community that is just doing it every week. We supposed to cherish them as well, you know what I mean?
But yeah, the thing is right now, you see them say black people free and all them things. Which part of this earth can you go freely?
Boy.
Even to go to Africa, you need visa, you need things, you know?
Well, I got two co-presenters in there saying that you can go anywhere in the world.
I joke,
if you got the money. See, you can go anywhere. Let's get it right. You can go anywhere, Bridget.
Yeah, but there is barriers. How much people have the money?
But you're not free.
How much people have the money to do it?
And even if they did, you know, you can go, but it doesn't mean that you're free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We could go South Africa tomorrow. But there's things that in South Africa we're accustomed to here that we won't be able to do there. So the situation has to be changed. The same with America. Look at America. A man can have £100 in his pocket and go America. But if you spit on the street in America, you go in jail. You know, so it's not to say that we can't go physically. We can go anywhere. But it's how much freedom a one individual requires. And I know how much freedom I require. So there's certain places that I wouldn't even go because I know, say, I'm going to be fighting from I touch the ground because of the amount of freedom that I require personally for myself. You know what I mean, brethren?
Yeah, Commissioner, what the point is there is rules and laws and regulations that prevent most of us from even taking a step, you know?
Of course.
Yeah?
Of course.
Because when you come to each year, the brutality where you got you, right?
Yep.
Is mental.
Yep.
Yeah? That is a first step to making you know that you shouldn't even be here.
That's right.
You understand? And you go back to Jamaica, you see that these people come to Jamaica every year. And they don't even get detained for 1 second.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's right.
They sit on the beach, them have a nice time, and nobody troubles them. Yeah? No Jamaican police stop and search and disrespect them the way them are dealing with it. Don't you? You understand?
For real.
You see, when an English person, the other day, right, this English girl went to Bahamas.
Yes.
And she get murdered.
Yes.
Them send Scotland Yard police to go and investigate that.
That's
down
right.
in Bahamas, you know.
That's right.
That is our next man country.
And hear what?
Yeah?
Hear what though? Scotland Yard Police was in the head of the investigation.
Down in our next man country.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So where is Jamaica High Commission when them kill Stephen Lawrence and them kill Brian Douglas? What am I say?
And where's the Jamaican police? How comes they
No, High Commission, yeah.
Well, you know, you see that.
Where is Jamaican government? They're meant to represent people in this country.
Bridget,
which part them there?
At the same time, you see that point that you raised is a good point. Because and you had the case also in Kenya, where the blonde girl got killed.
And Scotland
and run teams.
I recommend to the police who them should arrest.
That's right.
Yeah?
Right.
So where is Jamaican government when people dead in our custody?
And again, specifically to Jamaica, to the Jamaican government, right?
It's not just Jamaica, Nigeria, the whole Africa.
Yeah, but I'm going to say specifically to them for this reason, right?
Yeah.
We had X amount of reports about Scotland Yard bringing up so-called yardie gangsters to kill, right?
Yeah,
to do whatever. Now, that can't be done without the Jamaican government somewhere along the line being aware of that situation. See? Now, if they're aware of that situation and they're prepared for that to happen, then there's no reason on this earth why they can't send up police officers as well that would maybe even know some of the gangsters here from back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And let them deal with it.
Yeah.
But it's a good point that you're raising, Bridget.
Yeah,
but have you got a radio on?
Debate it, you know, is an open question.
Have you got a radio on?
Hey?
Have you got your radio on?
Yes.
Turn it down a bit.
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hello?
that's better.
Commissioner?
Yes.
That's a good question, man. You have to come out in the open and people sit down and debate that, you know?
For real?
You understand?
For real?
Because it comes like a joke thing, man. Them can't go in a Jamaica and tell Jamaican people what to do, how to investigate their case.
Yes.
You think Jamaican people could have come to England and tell English police how to investigate Stephen Lawrence murder? Yeah?
I doubt it very
Anyway,
much.
give thanks.
Thanks very much for the call still, Bridget.
Give
See?
thanks.
And I hope that people respond to that because it is a point that needs to be talked about.
Sure.
See?
One love.
Take care.
Yeah.
Okay, without any further ado, I've got some information for you all. Seed of Rastafari presents the 68th anniversary. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Africa, 1930. The coronation of His Imperial Majesty. I'm going to go back to it. We'll just take this call first.
Hello, caller. You're in tune to Genesis. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ron.
Hello, Ron.
I'm back again.
Hi. Did you get any definitions for me?
No, I was looking at somebody's phone, but my brother was speaking there just now.
Yeah.
About the Jamaican government. I bring up that subject already on Brother Cooley's program. Brother Commissioner program many times.
Yeah.
But gone through 1 year and come through. Anyhow, I must say I get well to Brother P because last week I heard he wasn't well. I know he's listening. I hope you're much better this week.
Who was that?
Brother P. Brother P.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I want to read this thing, but the Met officer faced criticism, Yardie informal.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Scotland Yard is facing a demanding report over the recruitment of known Jamaican criminals to act informant Yardie drugs gang in London. The police complain authorities expect to criticize both Yard and Immigration Service for hiring the gangsters and allowing them to stay legally in Britain to act paid informal.
Yeah.
These informal, you know, sis.
Yeah.
Right. The Puppy report have been passed on to the Crown Prosecution Service establishes their criminals charges to be answered to Yard officer, Home Office, Immigration official. The CPS official will examine the question of whether immigration rules were breached and allowed at least 2 Yardie gangsters remain in Britain illegally. Some officer is disciplined.
You there? I got the last bit of what you said. You were saying about the immigration officers. Go on.
Yeah, the immigration office.
Yeah.
Hold on. The immigration officer rules were breached. Were breached to allow at least two Yardie gangsters to remain in Britain illegally.
Yeah.
Some officer may face disciplinary action.
Disciplinary action, yeah.
61 volume document compiled with the
Home
Hampshire
Office.
Chief Constable Sir John Atonement, H-A-D-I-M-O-T-H.
Dermot.
Well, we could define it in different ways, sister.
It doesn't
I'll spell it
matter.
out for you.
Thanks for that. Can I tell you why? I'm interested to know that. It's because I know that our own are being used in so many various different ways, under so many different guises. That's the reason why it's hard to trust your own, right? Is because we are being used as pawns. As for this whole yardie drug swinging thing, the thing that I must state is that we are the pawns. I mean, the small little pawns in a whole big ocean of sharks and whales, right, when it actually comes to the real money in being involved and the real shipping. You know, there's a book called Mr. Big. I'm not sure who it's published by, but that goes on to talk about one particular person who has 45 pseudonyms, 45 different names that he goes under, and he was importing, according to the book, I'm sure, I'm not going to quote directly, but approximately 250,000 kilograms of the white stuff a week. And he had his own shipping company and 45 pseudonyms, let alone 120 companies that he had. So we are really at the small edge. And what they do is they highlight those facts, right, about these small black people who are coming in doing what they're doing. And all right, it's not right because there's death and problems within our community because of these things. But we are not actually the ones that are really in charge of the actual distribution of the drugs on a large scale, I mean a worldwide scale.
Yes, it's about we still being used and bought.
Of course we're being used. Of course we're being used. We're always being used. Every time someone walks through Gatwick or Heathrow from a Jamaica plane and they've got rum nowadays, they're looked on differently. You can't even carry rum anymore, right? Because people were dissolving cocaine into rum bottles. So now what they do is they weigh it. And if your bottle is 1 ounce overweight, you're getting detained. And that's all on because of these people who are doing it for money. And some people are naive too, you know, Ron. I know someone that came into the country and carried a certain substance once, right? I didn't find out. This is until afterwards. But they came and they didn't even know that they were carrying it. They just liked the free flight and just couldn't wait to come to England. And it was a black person that was smiling in their face giving it to them. So yeah, but we need to clean up our own community and to stop ourselves from using it in South Africa right now, Ron, right? There's a huge cocaine epidemic in South Africa right now.
Yeah.
My cousin came back and he told me that he just couldn't believe it. He said that people who he'd known, his seen, they're all addicted.
Well.
You know why? Because it makes us brain dead.
Yeah.
You know? Well, that's the way of them killing our grey cells, because that's the only way in which they can get to us. Because remember this, the most things in life, the biggest decisions you make are decisions you make with your mind. And you have to think first before you do anything. So once you've got your mind, you're a cabbage, essentially, aren't you? You're a vegetable, because the only thing that you're looking to do and your only aim every day is to get your next fix.
Well, you know that, you know that.
You know, but yeah, I mean, what can we do? The thing is, there's a cure, you know, Ron. There's a cure. There's a cure which has been found, right? And it's a plant which exists in Africa. I'm not going to talk too much about it now, but I am actually doing some research on this subject at the moment. And the reason why it is banned, right, is basically because there will be too much. It's like there'll be too much people who wouldn't be taking drugs, because this cure, which is a very sacred African plant, which is you can find anywhere in Africa, it's just got to be prepared correctly, right? It's an actual cure. And they found that 8 out of 10 people who've taken this, who have gone for treatment, have come back, and they haven't even had withdrawal symptoms, let alone cravings, for up to 6 months. Yeah, and yet the government still wants to ban it. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is there are cures. It's the same as the guy with the AIDS cure. There are. It's them stopping it, and we need to form. Like you said, we do need to get involved in the political process. But the thing is, everyone, I'm sorry, right? There's a lot of MPs out there, but a lot of them out there, female and male, right? Black MPs, right, aren't really, as far as I'm concerned, making the kind of leeways that they should be making on our behalf at all, because they're so busy following the party line, the party politics, they've forgotten who they are and what they are and why they're here and who put them there in the first place.
Me.
Exactly.
Right, sister. We talking about the march. It was a march. I don't know. I would define it as the most
Assembly, yeah.
Yeah. To unite black people in that short time on the square. It wasn't a march, but a march started one place and in another place. But we all assembled there. Right, and as far as I know, it was a beautiful day. feel so warm. But you supposed was to be there, sister.
I was in Greece.
Yeah, but I heard you say, don't think I disrespect me. You would be there.
No. The thing is, yeah. What did he say? No, I did say no. I did say I was going to be there, but I didn't know that I didn't know that I was going to be on a plane to Greece by the Thursday. And if I knew that, then I wouldn't have said that. But sometimes things happen beyond, beyond. I've been promising to cover something, to do some research in an area for a whole year, and the finances came through, and my boyfriend actually paid for me and him to go out there on a joint trip. And we've been trying to get away out of the country just for a weekend break for 3 years because my schedule is that tight. Now, the fact is that if it would have been another weekend, fine, I would have gone also, but I didn't have a choice and I wasn't paying for it.
Right.
And I've got to look at my own unity and my atonement with my man because I'm so busy trying to do things within my community and help my community that sometimes it does get neglected. So therefore, if he's paid my ticket and he said, all right then, Jools, come we go to Athens, I'll say, all right then, baby, we go.
Yeah.
And that's all it was to it. If not, I would definitely have been there. But I can say one thing, right? I might not have been there, but loads of people who I know have been there. And I only got back this week, so I heard from some of them during telephone conversations. What a wonderful experience it was for them to see black people out there because they were just expecting less people. When they were there, they said that it was so organized and so disciplined that it showed the diversity of black people all in one place, but also showed that we can be anywhere and do anything that we really put our minds to.
Right. I'm going to come off now. I want to tell the black community these two devils' names. Delroy Denton.
Yeah. Delroy Denton.
Ron Bumpy Thomas. Them is the two known informers. Delroy Bumpy, Ron Bumpy, he killed 7 women in Jamaica.
Ron Bumpy.
Delroy. No.
Delroy Denton. Ron
Bumpy Thomas.
Ron
This Ron
Bumpy
Bumpy killed
Thomas.
7 people in Jamaica. 7.
Ron Bumpy Thomas.
Ron.
Hang on, I'm having a slight interference. So say that again for me, please, Ron.
Delroy Denton, this one in informers. He's one who killed Sister Martha Lawes.
Yeah.
And this Ron Bumpy Thomas, he killed 7 women in Jamaica.
Wow. And
this is known criminals the Scotland Yard bring over the Yardies.
To become informants. Well, at the end of the day, they want us dead, right? I'm sorry. The food we eat, the life we live, the air we breathe, right? They want us dead. The fact that they're sending over a killer. You'll find that in a lot of criminal cases, right? A lot of people that are actual, you might sit there and sometimes I go to the Old Bailey and I watch cases. Sometimes I see known racist killers walk free, and I'll tell you why? Because they want them to do it again. And they want these people to come back and to infiltrate a community with drugs, right? Imprison and castrate our men and our females, right? And let them continue doing what they're doing. That's the reason why the Home Office is doing this. And you know what? The Home Office, we ought to start forming consortiums and start suing their rickstorms. You know what I'm saying?
You see, as your brother was saying earlier, you think the Jamaican or the Guyana or anyone in the West Indies country could come over here and get the British bobbies to go down there and solve
the crime. They do.
Hold on, the crime of the white people there. But what they do, they know they could buy our black people.
Yes.
You see, they go down to Jamaica, get these little punks them to come over and do the dirty work, go around like big time crooks.
Yeah.
Right? You see, this is what they do. They still could buy our people.
Yeah.
Anyhow, sister, let somebody come on.
All right. Well, listen, Ron. Thank you once again because you're always full of good information. I love speaking to you. All right. Greetings. All right. Blessings. I want to follow up on. I would like to follow up on a point that Ron made, and Commissioner's got something that he wants to add as well, and that is that I was in Jamaica. This is in about 1987. No, I think it was about 1989 actually. And while I was out there, I was interviewed by Scotland Yard with regard to do with a murder inquiry that was taking place over here. Now, the murder inquiry that they were following up, the person was entirely innocent. There was no possible way that this person would have gone out of their bed and gone and murdered this white guy. But they did, and they actually came over to Jamaica to come and interview us. What I'm trying to say is that's taxpayers' money when I could have come back. They could have paid my fare for me to come back and ask me those questions. And the questions were stupid anyway because they were going to be faultless. I'm going to take this call. Hello, caller, you're in Tune to Genesis. What's your name and where are you calling from? So, I didn't quite get that. Say that again.
So, I'm Trevor from Camberwell.
Hi, Trevor.
Hello, I've got a cold on my throat. Yeah, I'd like to talk about this word punk first. You mentioned... I've looked up this punk.
Yeah.
Right, first of all, according to the dictionary, it means worthless person or thing.
A restless person or...
No, worthless.
Say that again?
No.
Worthless.
Punk rock is worthless music, isn't it?
Oh, punk music is worthless.
Yeah. So
okay, I'm hearing you now. I had a little bit of interference. I couldn't hear you clearly. Okay, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so that's one meaning. Another meaning is nonsense. When people talk nonsense, you just say, oh, he or she's a punk.
Yeah.
There's another meaning, which I didn't know. Here in America, it says a passive male homosexual.
Oh,
that I didn't know.
A passive male homosexual.
Yes.
It's also called a punk.
It's also called a punk. And the next word... In America, it's commonly like a violent or criminal kind of young person is called a punk.
Okay.
You know, like these young people getting into trouble and violence with guns, they say, oh, that damn punk.
Okay.
So that's the next meaning. But I think the best meaning for me is just worthless.
Yeah.
And the dictionary actually, in bold, put in brackets, punk rock.
Yes.
And this is a British dictionary meaning worthless rock, isn't it?
Well,
the music had no rhythm, no value, it's not like reggae music or soul music, which have history and meaning and, rhythm, is it?
Yeah. Well, you know what, Trevor? Just before you finish there, you know the word punk. I think that Genesis ought to have almost a name and shame policy. Now I know the meaning of punk. I think that whenever we come across one within the black community who's really not helping, and in fact bringing our community down, I think we ought to have a name and shame policy. I don't know how the Genesis family feel about it, but that they should call them a punk.
Like that guy who rang in and keeps saying guy. There's the next guy who rang in and said the lady didn't wash his feet.
Yes.
He's a punk. He didn't wash his own feet.
He's a punk. Hey, guy, you're a punk.
And so you mentioned a more serious discussion about meanings of words, negro, and what we should call ourselves.
Yeah, we do have an identity crisis. All right, call me black, call me African, but don't call me anything else. Do you know what I mean?
That's for a few. Like negro, what you said was true, the Spanish word. So that was put upon us by the Spanish colonizers.
It was.
Who came to Jamaica before the British, so we shouldn't use that word.
Yes.
Because it was placed on us. I think a much better way of looking at it is like we could have a common descent, like the word African, but people still want to know they're from America or Jamaica or Trinidad. So this thing about African American, African Jamaican, that represents unity and diversity because the common African modality is there.
Yes.
And the specific country where they're born or grow up in is also there. So there's diversity and there's that common Pan-African descent.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best, it's kind of thing like African American, African Jamaican. But I'm not happy, having said that, to call us here African British. I don't feel comfortable with that.
No, it doesn't
it's
quite
very strange.
It doesn't quite fit right, does it?
It doesn't fit. But when you say African Jamaican or African American, it's okay.
Well,
the
I think that everyone
British.
just call themselves African and appreciate the diversity of Africans, right? Because more genetic differences, right? Or they like to say that we've got different mutations, right?
Yeah.
But we have to appreciate our diversity. There is not one set type look of black person.
No, you can go, I've been to Nigeria where all the different facial structures and complexions that you see there, you see in Jamaica.
Yes.
It's a hell of a diversity, but there's a commonality as well, isn't there?
Yes.
In terms of looking to Africa as the common home or the common place of origin, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
But why is it that we still don't feel comfortable with African British? Well, I'm comfortable with African Jamaican. If I was an American, I would be comfortable with African American. I just feel because Britain was this major colonizer. The African British, it just sounds horrible to me.
It sounds awful. I tell you what it is that because we live here, right? And because we are here and we've never really been greeted or given any real formal apology for a lot of things that has happened to us. So there is not that sense of bonding. We do not really fit into the culture. We tend to be like the rest of the people where we try and hold on to it. Not only that, a lot of people have a problem because a lot of Africans over here are trying their best to be British, look European or American. They want to be everything but what they are. Perhaps opening up a shop, or walking down the street, or slapping you or cursing you on a bus, or Africans carrying on bad as representative of the whole of Africa, when that is not true.
Well, those are just Western people who have become so westernized, they've lost their African culture.
Yes.
You know, although they're African in terms of having a Nigerian passport or a Ghana passport, but they kind of worship European culture and look to Europe and America as the kind of heaven, isn't it?
They live on Coca-Cola.
Yeah,
they live on Coca-Cola. Africans, I've got to say this, right? My own home, Africans, that I love dearly, right? I see more of them when I go to Macros or to Cash and Carry or even to Sainsbury's and whatever, and I ask a number of them, why do you drink so much Coca-Cola? And that's what they did. They took away the water and gave them Coke. Oh, fool. Do you see what I'm saying?
Why did they... So I didn't get that.
I said... We, you know, there was a time when we never used to drink sugar, and now the only thing they want to drink is the real thing, the Coke, Coca-Cola. I was in a lift today, coming up somewhere, right? And there was a guy. He went specifically to the shop just to buy one bottle of Coke. I went to go and get a taper, come back, and he came back with one bottle of Coke. I'm just saying it like I see it. Do you know what I mean?
Isn't it the kind of worship of American values? Coca-Cola is the great American icon, isn't it?
Yes, and it also promotes Halloween. It also promotes Christianity. It also promotes Father Christmas. And, I had a very, very unofficial report that I won't quote to say that this is true, but allegedly that Coke over long-term use will actually give you cancer, prostate cancer for men, and for women it can cause various kinds of cancers, including cancer of the, I think it was the colon, and also of the, in your intestine tract.
Also, I heard originally in America when they started the Coke, they used to put just small amounts of cocaine in it.
Well, remember this, it does come from cocaine.
So it does come from cocaine.
We keep disassociating the two things. It had one use, which was as medicinal use, which was actual cough medicine, and it did actually contain cocaine. That was the base formula, and then afterwards it developed into a drink.
It was a drug, yeah. Well, another word as well that used to be used quite a lot was the word coloured.
Yeah, South Africa has got a huge problem with the
colours. Well, even in Jamaica they used to use it, and if you look at the word coloured, I mean, everybody's coloured, isn't it? Everybody got different colours on their skin, isn't it?
Of course they have.
So the word colour, just to say black people, is just nonsense. In South Africa, there's a specific problem of coloured, which I think they mean mixed race people.
No, they don't. No, they don't. Let me just clarify this for you, right? South Africa is one mixed up place, and
I know.
I will say that because coloured can be, say for instance, you're married to your wife, and you have 3 children. The first one comes out clear, light skin, like almost white, The middle one comes out sort of a nice sort of browny colour, and the third one comes out blue-black, right? The one that's blue-black, is considered to be black. The first one, the first child, and it's even more complex than this. I'm just sort of skating on it. This is how complex it is, right? The first one will be seen as coloured, and the middle one will be seen as coloured. But the last one will be seen as black.
Yeah, because I understand that, you know, the people of Malay origin, they kind of look Indian looking.
Malay,
they're also called coloured.
Yeah, they are also called coloured. Anything, black is, look, the black is the bottom of the pile, right? As
Yeah,
far
the
as South
Africans,
Africa is
yeah.
concerned, right? Black is the bottom of the pile. Anything on top of that is better, and you get more privileges and more opportunities based on the color of your skin and the area that you come from. And remember that there's enough black people now in South Africa who do not speak their mother tongue.
Yeah. So isn't that a similar situation like what used to happen in Jamaica, where, for example, you see in the beauty contest or in the bands, the lighter-skinned people predominate?
Yeah.
And in the political leadership, as you know, most of the prime ministers been of white or mixed race, of, you know, so-called colored.
Yeah.
You know, like Siaga, Bustamante, Donald Sangster, Norman Manley, they were all light-skinned, or in South Africa they would be classified as colored.
Yeah.
So maybe this goes on through the whole African diaspora.
It does. It's a mindset. It's a mindset thing. It's a mindset thing. I mean, I know Commissioner's got something that he wants to talk. He doesn't want to add to it, but I'm sure I mentioned he talks about something in another talk show, and he made a very, very valid point. And the point that he was making was, I got to respect this point, was that we seem to look on black as something negative in every shape, you know, and form.
Yeah.
And the way it's promoted in everything from music down to what's TV is the next illness now. Like he said, Jerry Springer, I've got to back him 100%. Commissioner, 100% on this. He said Jerry Springer is one of the modern day devils, right, of promoting, right, a negative black image.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's 100% true.
Negative images.
I've never seen so many warped, mad, and absolutely crazy activities going on in one program.
Most of the style or kind of mad homosexuals or all kinds of deviation, isn't it?
I must admit, I've only ever watched really half of one program, and that was about women stripping for their men.
All kinds of deviations, yeah.
They were talking about sexuality. Now, that to me does not imply any kind of sexuality. That's exhibitionism. You know, and there's so many different things, but he's selling them all off as beautiful packages that your family should buy. Sorry, Trevor?
You mentioned something about Professor Wally Soyinka.
I mentioned something about...
Wally Soyinka, the Nigerian poet and playwright.
Oh, right, okay, yeah, I was just talking about...
You said he was a great, was he a writer and a poet, yeah?
Right, yeah, that was Sappho. What I was basically saying to the caller there, and I think it was Sister Tigesti, was that, or Sister Benji, as she likes to be called, was that basically that, you know, there are people like this who have existed throughout history, and the fact is that we don't really know about a lot of our accomplishments, so therefore it is very hard, and it's not even that we don't know about them, it's the fact that they're not pushed to the fore, because you'll find that for whatever a black person's done, you'll find a European who will seem or be advertised and promoted as superior to what they're actually doing, although a black person may have you know, done, but we have to work hard on everything here, because we have to, it's like we're still in a time scale where we have to prove ourselves.
But I have to give the black newspaper New Nation its due, because it had a good article on Professor Soyinka.
Yeah.
Saying that, just to follow up from what you said and update, that he's gone back home to Nigeria and he's not just a playwright, he's a political activist. He's got his own political party, and he's not, he not only write plays or write poems, he's actually taking part in the political process.
Of course he is.
To help, return the country to democracy, because, he was on the sentence of death by Abacha.
I know he was.
And now that, what's his name, General Abdul Salam is in power, it seems as if he's trying to return the country to democracy, and he invited Soyinka back. And in this report, New Nation, 19th of October, he has gone back home now.
Yeah.
And the first thing he did when he went home, he went to the graves of Mushud Abiola and Kudura Abiola to pay his respects.
Yeah.
They were killed by the military, isn't it?
Yes.
So he's like Fella or Bob Marley. He's not just a creative writer or singer or poet. He also takes part in the social, political process.
Yeah.
So it's good that you highlight people like this as well,
Yeah. Well, we have to.
To give an uplift. But he has been highlighted in New Nation, so I should give them their due.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not giving them their due because it was on the news first before they printed it. So I'm not giving them their due. I'm not, because the New Nation will only touch things first, right, after they've seen it in mainstream press. Now that to me is I'm sorry, right, excuse my language, but that is pussycat business. Do you understand? That's not lying. That's not lying business.
In the Voice, I've never seen anything about people like this. So Yinka, all these great writers and poets.
Well, I must admit, I wrote a centre page spread for New Nation, right? Oh gosh, watch me now. His name's gone straight out of my head. He done the Black Panthers film and.
Who's that? The director?
Melvin Van Peebles, right? I did a very positive interview on him, right?
Yeah.
And the New Nation are still yet to pay me, right? I've got no respect for them because they're taking articles and things from people and they're not prepared to pay. And you know what? I will gladly sue them. And I'll tell you what, I hope they crash because they need to get things right. And they need to make sure that when they take articles from people and freelance journalists, that they pay for it. And the reason why I'm not giving them the props, right? And I don't even want to talk about that because as far as I'm concerned, the editor, right, he stands for a lot of things, but what gets printed is something completely different. Furthermore, it was on mainstream news first, so you can't give them their props because it was on mainstream news. They picked up on it and they published it. And 9 times out of 10, it's in the Guardian and the Observer first.
It was on the BBC, It was on the BBC World Service.
That's what I'm trying to say. It would always be, it was on the airport, it was on worldwide BBC news programs. When I was on the airplane, it was on the news program as well, so I watched it there.
So what newspaper? We haven't got a proper newspaper, have we? Because the Voice is not very good. I mean, New Nation, you have said.
The Journal's not too bad. The Journal's quite good.
The Journal?
Yeah, I must admit, it's hardest to get hold of, but I prefer the Journal. The Journal for me is the best black newspaper that there is in this country.
What about Pride magazine? What do you think of that one?
Pride to me is a bit wishy-washy. I'm sorry. Pride for me doesn't represent real pride, and it doesn't give me something to feel proud of. When I look at their advertising, they're promoting the same things as the European magazines. There is no distinctive difference, right? And the thing is, what they got to remember, these people that make relaxers and make all these black products are cashing in on the black psyche, and they're white. Right?
And the models that they use
Pride does not make me feel proud. In fact, pride, right, should be called shame.
And the models they're using are all appropriate to European model of beauty, isn't it?
It's all based on European. I'm sorry. I mean, Claire Gorham, right? Respect and disrespect to the sister, right? Even when there was this whole argument about, we want to make it less ghettoized, although she said she never said it, right? There's no smoke without fire. And furthermore, when I turned over the magazine, if I had dropped it, right, on the back, it's advertising a white perfume with a white person on it. So if I'd have dropped it, I wouldn't have seen no front. I would have just seen the back. So that's exactly what I'm trying to say. We can't have a black front and a white back because you know what? You've got two conflicting things. And me as a woman, I will not go and put my money in my pocket. And furthermore, I even worked on an article in there with them, with another writer, right? Yeah. And who I've got to have words with. But even him, when we worked on it, there was such a vibe. And there's this big-headed, egocentric vibe, and we've got it within the black media big time. I'm starting a course. Linda Bellos is a chairperson of a course, with the Black Media Initiative, and I think that what she's doing, she's taken that she's got the right idea because she's beginning to make an industry standard for us all.
But Claire Gorham, she's been on television quite a lot, always criticizing that. She said she's had more problems from black people being so-called racist.
Sorry, darling?
Now, Claire Gorham, she's been on telly quite a lot, always criticizing black people, for example, in Brixton. She says she gets more racism from them because, her father is Swiss and her dad, I think, is Nigerian. She's constantly criticizing Africans and African Caribbean people. She used to have
contribute to a magazine, a small magazine, a little pocketbook, and I think it was a little pocketbook on Africa. And I'll tell you what, the book, I don't care, I got to give for deeds. right? And I got to mark people by their deeds. And I've got to say that when I used to get this notebook, which was given to me by someone else, it was absolutely fantastic. It had up-to-date information. It was hardcore, hard-hitting, informative, and educational, which I can't say the same about a lot of other little publications. And this thing was a little pocket book. It was only small, but the information in there was invaluable. So, you know, the contribution that she made, things like that, is essential. I'm going to pass you on to Commissioner now.
Okay, then. Thanks very much.
You take care, Trev. Listen. I'm speaking personally on my own behalf. I'm not here to discuss any of these lesbian faggots or these gays. Linda Bellas came into Brixton and sold out the black community to a whole bunch of lesbians, right? That's why right now, Southwest 9 and Southwest 2 is the biggest gay and community anywhere in London amongst black people. Yeah, and I want you to, and if you don't like what I'm saying, tough. See, I know Linda Bellas' personal experience from years back. See, she's a faggot. She just killed the children's mind. She sold out a whole heap of schools. She sold all of the buildings, all of the council buildings. She sold them off to all. She bought in faggots from all over the place and sold off the properties and let black people have to go and live out in the sticks. See, this is Genesis Radio, you know. This is Genesis Radio. See? Good afternoon. You're in tune to Genesis.
Brother, I back you 100%.
Yeah, I know that, my friend.
I back Brother Trevor too. That woman don't like black people.
For real.
Because I hear she talk on Radio 5 some things. I said this, you know, this woman is a scum.
You understand?
I will just call her a sister. So, Sister Jools, please don't mention that woman name on this program.
Nah, not at all.
Because this woman, that woman, she only black outside, pretend to be black.
Listen, Ron, if people know the damage that woman caused to the black community in England, they feel shame to call her name.
I know.
For real.
I know.
And she's still doing it.
And she's still doing it.
She got away with murder. You understand? In the black community, she bought off all of the houses from the people and sold it to lesbians and gays. And that's why Brixton's the way it is now. She contributed to that in a massive, massive way. So please, no one, don't phone me up and expect me personally to discuss Linda Bellas. I'm not in it. See?
Because I heard her on Radio 5, something she talk about, and she been more racially abused by black people.
Is that so?
Still lying son.
Is that so? Is that so? Huh? Well, alright, listen, boy, anyway, let's forget that, Ron.
Yeah, let's forget that because she's not black.
That's right. I refuse to discuss them people there.
Yeah, but I was surprised when Sister Jools defending her there.
For real.
The reason why I mention it is because I'm going on a course tomorrow, right? And there's going to be a huge panel interview. And she's chairing the panel, but what she's doing in that, no, I got to say, as much damage as she may have caused as I'm hearing now, right, because I haven't really taken an interest in it. I'm not from South London, I'm not from this era, so I wouldn't know, but the fact is, I am black, right, but what I'm trying to say is that I take an interest in things when they're positive, right, and they're there to help people. And I'm just saying, no, but I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that the course is tomorrow. The course is tomorrow, and I'm helping myself. So the only reason why I mentioned it is because it wasn't an initiative that I know about. I wasn't going into people's sexuality at all. Hang on a minute, I'll pass you back to Commissioner.
You're going wrong. Listen, this is one of the problems in our community, you know. We prepared to go and learn from faggots and gays. We are prepared to go and sit down in the classroom. Okay, she's not teaching you. We're prepared to support these people, right? You understand me? We're prepared to support these people, my brethren. Now, it's high time that we must realize, if the same way we're going to talk about man that's dealing with drugs in the community, the same way we're going to talk about these yardie man that kill 7 women and come up here in the community, is the same way we got to deal with these people, because what they're doing goes against every facet, every aspect of the human nature. See? So if we are going to embrace these people or big them up or give them what little bit of publicity, because for them to know, say, oh, Genesis Radio, I talk about them, and no, we ain't in it. For real, we ain't in it. And I'm not, don't let no one out there think I'm having a dig at Sister Jools, you know, I'm not.
No, I know that. Right? I ain't not having a dig at her. All I want, she don't get too close to her.
For real. You know what I mean? For real. You know, and there's these people, and it goes right across the board, see? It goes right across the board. We got people like Lee Jasper, right? Lee Jasper's there saying he's Law Society and he's this and he's that. Lee Jasper runs every time you give him an invite to come and talk to his black people. If it ain't a big publicized thing with the TV there and whatever, that's the only time that man is coming out. Them people there, we're not going to give them no props at all because they're not doing the part and they think that we're so stupid that they can just keep walking in amongst us, say what they got to say, everyone's going to give them a big clap hand and smile in their face and then they can go about their business again. All them things are stopped. It's finished, brethren. It's stopped. So to all of them out there, and they're all listening because you all listen to Genesis, to all of them out there, see, just know your place. This is how it runs from now.
That Lee Jasper, brother, OJ had booked with him twice.
Too many times.
Twice.
Too many times.
And he have brother OJ waiting for him and he never turn up.
And make tomorrow, IEV or BBC call him and say, come and do a show
but
for
he done
us.
the thing after that.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
So these people, when I hear the talking, instead of defending black people,
they ain't
I laugh
defending
at
nothing.
them.
They're not defending nothing. They're defending their own pocket. They're defending their own pocket.
Their own self.
See? And we got to expose these people. The same way our sister Jools said we need a list of name and shame. Boy, I've got a long list, you know, and I could start shaming them from now. You understand?
Hello?
And them two people there that was mentioned was two of them that's near the top of the list. See?
Them is the top.
For real.
Big time.
So, you know.
Linda Paulus. I'm surprised Sister Jools mentioned our name. I'm telling you the truth.
Just true, she didn't know. You know what I mean, Ron? But now, all those that didn't know, they know. See?
Yeah.
This is Genesis. As far as Linda Bellis goes, Linda Bellis, right, came down to Brixton. She got herself onto the committee and she ended up running Brixton, see? Running Lambeth. When she was running Lambeth, she sold all of the houses, Rattray Road, Summer Leighton Road, Relton Road, Tamler Road, you name it, see? Wherever
and she sell it.
And beyond it, Norwood, all places, she sold the houses to her gay and her faggot friends, see? And made a pile of money. And then when the borough was in the most mess, she just chipped. See? So, me personally, Linda Bellis don't want to see me. She doesn't want to see me. See? Because apart from what she practices in her bed, see, she's got to answer certain questions in regards to the black community and why she sold out the black community the way she did.
Yeah, and it's not the first time she ran down black people on the radio.
That's right. And she will continue to do it. If you ever meet her as a person, Bridget, and you talk to that woman, you got some black people, you know, and she ain't black, but you got some people with a dark color or a bit of color in their skin. And when it chooses them, they will identify with me, see, because I'm black. And when it doesn't serve their purpose to identify with me, they can switch and they can become something that I can't become. Well, you see from they can do that and they're prepared to use me and use my community, I will expose them. Either you stay out of my way or I will expose you all the time. Ron, big up for your call.
All right, brother, yeah.
And love. Bit of community information for you all out there. As we got into it, we had to stop. Okay, we're going to go back into it. The Seal of Rastafari proudly presents to you a day return pilgrimage trip to the city of Bath, UK, on the 2nd of November 1998 to mark the 68th anniversary of His Imperial Majesty. Caller, you're going to have to hold on a second, please. This trip will be a fact-finding mission of the liberty of I and I father when he lived in Bath between 1935 and 1941. Okay? Tickets will cost £22 for adults and £12 for children. Coaches will depart from London at 10 a.m. and return at 8 p.m. Coaches will gather at Tesco Supermarket, Old Kent Road, South East 1. Now, if you want more information on that, it's 0171 231 5763. We'll give you that information again, all right? Caller. Good afternoon, you're on tune to Genesis Radio.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. It's Dawn from Hackney.
Hello, Dawn. This is Jools. How you doing?
Hi. I just want to say that about Claire Gorham, I've seen her several... I can't talk about Linda Bellis because I've never seen her.
Okay.
But I can talk about Claire Gorham, and I've seen her several times on telly extolling the virtues of black children being brought up by white parents. And as far as she's concerned, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Really?
I've got no respect for that woman.
No.
It was None at all. There was one occasion when she was asked about the dreads that she had. Oh, this is just a fashion statement. She is conveniently black when it suits her.
Yep.
She runs in and out, she crosses borders. We don't want them kind of people. We do not want them. I've got no respect for that woman. I disrespect that woman so much. I refused to buy that Head Rats calendar in which she was. Do you remember that calendar last year?
Which one?
The Head Rats calendar. She was in it, and because of that, I refused to buy it.
Oh, I didn't buy it. I didn't even see it, love.
No, but because she was in it, and from the time I heard that she was involved with Pride, I stopped buying it.
Yes.
Every time I've seen her, she's been extolling the virtue. I was brought up by white parents. It was great. It's the best thing since sliced bread, according to her. She was on Kilroy Silk saying this and that. I don't want to hear that lady's name.
D, you know what the problem is?
Yeah?
That we black people, we've got people in our community that's been educated by white people, brought up by white people, and we're always putting them up front. No, they're not tokens that put up front. We put them up front. We got people in the community that we know are dissing us and disrespecting us to get ahead for themselves. But we don't say nothing. We just leave them and say, oh, it's another black person getting ahead. It's good to see a black person in that position. No. If they're not going to act correct and do the right thing and talk the right talk, then it's time for us. Everyone else is laughing at us, People
can I say, some of these stars, for instance, there's one particular, I'm not going to call names, who's constantly saying she's neither black nor white. And was I surprised to see her on the Marlboro Awards? They're conveniently black when it's something to promote them.
You understand?
They're conveniently black when it's something to promote them. It's like these Asian people.
That's right.
They're only black when they want to get the positions in the local government. But they come within the equal opportunity policy business.
The Asians, and I'm sure you know this, but you see when I was going to school, the first real set of Asians that come into this place in mass on number that I remember come from Bangladesh and them place there,
Yeah.
When they come here, they didn't regard themselves as black.
No, they didn't want to know us.
But
My mum will tell you about this.
See now, because when the white boys used to bust their head, it's us that used to
go in and help them, that's right.
You understand? And through that now, you'll find little Indian boys coming and talking the black and saying they're black and flexing black. But the only reason why that friendship was false was because we black youths said to the white boy, "No, you ain't beating up the little Indian."
Yeah.
See?
But what I'm saying is, I am sick and tired of these convenient black people. Either you're black or you're not.
That's right.
Don't come to us when you ain't got nowhere else to go. Because this is what will happen. Someone said to me in Head Start, I was in Head Start on Friday, and someone said, well, why should black people be people's dustbin? Anybody they don't want, they throw to us. No, we're going to stop it now.
Let's keep them.
We don't want them. Claire Gorham disgusts me, and I will say that openly. If I met her, I'll tell her.
For real, same thing.
I'll tell her.
We've got to have this attitude, because if we're prepared to let people just come...
Use and abuse us.
No, it can't work. Work. What example are we giving the youths them? The youths them is going to start following these same people and say, well, look, the community's giving them props, so it can't be wrong what they're dealing with.
Well, I'm not giving anybody who says they're not black props. I don't give Tiger Woods props. I'm not giving Mel Bino props. But she's black. She's black when it's convenient for her.
For real.
Yeah?
Same with Tiger. When Tiger first started, and every newspaper was saying, boy, black sensation, black golf sensation. But you see, after he won a few million, and they interviewed him, my boy's telling him, I ain't black.
That's right.
See? So why didn't you come and say that right at the beginning when the newspapers printed this black sensation?
Well, when white people at work said to me, oh, what about that black golfer? I told them he is not black. And they look back in surprise.
And that's his own words.
Exactly. They said, but he's dark. I said, he has said he is not black. Oh. And as far as I'm concerned, that's it. I'll finish with it. He's not black. He ain't getting no support from me, and neither is the other one. Okay? And that's all I've got to say. Thank you. Bye.
Say hello to Mummy for me.
I will do, darling.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, love. Okay, now listen, there was a bit of community information I wanted to read out quick, before the next caller. You've got to take the opportunity. See what I mean?
Hello, caller, you're in tune to Genesis. You're speaking to Jools. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Put Bernie Grant and Diane Abbott on top of that list. They're traitors, sellouts and coconuts.
Say it again loud and clear for me. Oh, he just said it. Diane Abbott and Bernie Grant on the top of the name and shame punk list, and lying in their pockets good and not representing truly, because their loyalties, it's all about divided loyalties, isn't it, really? Okay, I'm going to take this caller. You're in Tune to Genesis 91.6. You're speaking to Jools. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Ketra from Old Kent Road.
Hello, Tetra.
Ketra.
Petra.
Ketra.
Ketra. Ketra, no.
Jules, you said something earlier about naming and shaming the people in our community that use the word punk.
No, what I was saying is that we should name and shame and call them punk, because punk, we heard a few definitions, callers called in with a few definitions, and it means a worthless person, basically. So we decided that there are members of people within our black community who are worthless. So we was going to name and shame and call them punk. Now, how can I help you?
Well, what I wanted to say is, I mean, I've been listening to Genesis for a little while. If that's the case, then the naming and shaming, I think, should start where you're presenting right now, actually. Because I've heard with my own 2 ears, and I also have it on tape, a couple of presenters on Genesis use the word punk.
No, it's true. That's what I'm saying. I was listening to Genesis last night in my bed, darling.
That's right.
No, listen. Last night I was in my bed and I heard certain tracks, yeah, with like the negro bitch words in them. You understand? I was in my bed and I was waking up. I woke up because I sleep with the radio on sometimes. And I heard it, and I came in to ask, what are the definition of these words, and should we really be using them unless we actually know what they mean, especially when we're talking about ourselves. So therefore, if we've come to the conclusion now, a joint consensus of Genesis listeners, that the word punk means useless or worthless person, then within the community, we're saying that there are certain people who will definitely come under that definition.
Yeah, I know that, and it's not. I'm not only talking about the records that they play that they sing the word punk, and I'm talking about actual presenters on Genesis. I've heard them say the word punk.
Yeah, I agree.
But I've heard them say it. The actual presenters, not only in the music that they play. The actual presenters on Genesis, I heard a couple say the word punk.
No, it's true. I'm going to hand you over to Commissioner, because Commissioner's been here a lot longer than me, and he knows the history of the station more than I do. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, that's the truth, sis. You're absolutely correct. And one time you're thinking about in particular is when Mr. Mandela was referred to as one. See?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Now, those things was done, and it was done. See? Now, what I would say is that if anyone on Genesis is prepared to call anyone out there on street, anyone on an international level, a worthless person, then they must prove why they feel that person is worthless. You understand me, sis?
Yeah. And it's not only that as well, because I sometimes I listen to the True Light show.
Yeah.
And when they've had phone-ins, I've heard the presenter of that show call certain people punks as well, because they did not agree with some of the things that he's been saying. I also had that on tape as well, because I play quite a lot of the True Light show. And I've heard him call some of the people, that phone in, his question and answer show, he called them punks because they don't quite agree with what he's saying. Well, I've heard it and I have it on tape.
All right.
You can't say that I'm lying.
No, there's no way. I'm not going to tell you that you're lying. So
okay.
What I would say is everybody has a different phone manner. You understand me, sis?
Well, that's a very rude one that the presenter's got.
But listen to me.
Because they don't agree with what he's saying. That is so rude. I think that's very kind of narrow and small-minded.
That's right. But listen to me.
Yeah.
If I was to address you in that manner, you wouldn't phone me back.
Definitely not.
Okay. So,
in fact, I'd lock off completely.
So listen, if you know that every week there's a chance that you're going to phone me up and I'm going to call you that.
Yeah.
Are you going to phone me?
Well, definitely not, no.
So then the onus is with whoever decides to phone in and knows that they're in danger of being treated in a derogatory manner. Don't you think as well, I mean, I'm not taking nothing from Genesis, and the management committee is there. And from the wider community say, well, look, this time now, we don't want to hear certain things. We don't want to hear people dealt with in a certain manner.
That's right, yes.
At the same time, not all of the information shows have the same format. See? So some of them are geared for a specific purpose. Others are like, listen, people have said to me, Commissioner, you keep talking this crap about have a nice day and everything's beautiful. And, you know what I mean? And there's people out there that don't want to hear that. They think it sounds very, very false. Now, when they hear me speaking like this or speaking about Linda Bellis in that manner,
Yeah.
this is what they like.
That's right. They like the hardcore stuff, don't they?
Yeah, you know, but everything is, what do they say? Swings and roundabouts or something like that. So the point that you're making is a very valid point, and I know that the management committee have heard it, and if it's to be taken on board, it will be taken on board by them.
Okay.
You know? But apart from that, sis, I know, sir, that you understand fully where Genesis is coming from.
Yeah, I think I do. I tried to.
I think you do, you know, or you would have phoned.
Yeah, okay.
All right, sis. You
All right, then.
All right, thanks for calling.
Okay,
Keep
bye.
it locked. One love. Okay, this is Genesis 91.6 FM, People's Talk Show, Sister Jools and Commissioner in the house. See? We also got our silent listener here, you know. You want to talk? Would you like to speak? Would you like to say something? Okay, he's listening. 0795 777 5477. Our guest says it's all good. See? We're going to take this call.
Hello, you're in tune to Genesis 91.6 People's Talk Show. It's Jools speaking. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Sister Jools,
Hi.
I represent that brother. I'm going to represent that brother that sister say she already say he's a punk, right? Right? That brother, I'll back that brother, and I know who she's talking about.
Yeah.
I'll back him 110% because some of them who phone up is a punk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting this.
I'm listening
this
to you.
If she listen Radio 4, this Professor Starkey, if she listen, why we so touchy when we own people trying to do something, we make it an issue of negative things.
Yeah.
Right? If she listens to Professor Starkey on Radio 4, you hear the way he treats people. Genesis presenter don't treat people like that. So sister, please don't make any comment on this brother because I know this brother personally and I know who's this brother. He don't mean nothing. But some of them who phone up is a punk.
And at the same time, you know, you see as you talk about the Radio 4 issue, Ron.
Yeah.
The other day on the radio, they had a talk show, see? And the white people then.
You hear something?
Hold on, no.
That's it this morning when I said to you, this morning, when I said to you, with the judge, right, with this word, if the judge didn't run, this Alan Clark would have bugged him. I asked you if that's a word cannot be used on Genesis, and if it's not, I apologize. Because this is what I hear from this national radio.
Yeah. But listen, see, they also had another talk show on, right? And on this talk show, the presenter obviously was referring to Genesis Radio, see?
Yeah.
Without calling names. The feedback that he was getting was of the nature of this, white man phoning in. These people want to take over our country, right? They're talking about equal rights and equality. The man said that's a load of garbage. These people want to take over our country.
Yeah, I heard it many times.
Yeah? Now that's their biggest fear. Now listen, and I'm glad that you jolted my memory about this, brother Ron. So all you white people out there that's listening to Genesis Radio, especially you all that can't call the name, but you're going to other national radio station and comment on shows and on things you've heard on Genesis. Let me tell you something. You see this little stinking hole? You see this little scab of a place? See? It's unfortunate that we're here now. But boy, for my part, we don't want to take it over. This is your home. This belongs to you. You've made it what you want. See? You've done all kind of filth, abomination, nastiness, and whatever. You have developed it here and exported it throughout the world. This is one of the biggest places for making arms, for making weapons of mass destruction. Why on earth would you people be worried that we have come to take it over? Huh?
See?
How?
And they always talk, but we fought for you. I tell one last, you see, you never fought for me.
You understand?
We fought for you.
And before they want to talk that, you know, let's talk about history. Let's teach the youths, see? When America was fighting, even the Civil War, they would have lost if it wasn't for our black ancestors. See? If any other war, the Germans, they tell you about World War I and II, they tell you about this and that. If there wasn't our ancestors involved in that scene, they would have lost. So these people, when they're ready to tell us about they fought for us, they didn't fight for us, they fought for themselves, and they couldn't deal with it. So we had to come and back them up to conquer their enemy. And that's just a little history lesson.
Yes, brother. So I don't want to disrespect this sister. Please don't make comment on certain things.
Yes.
Because I know the brother we should talk, and I back that brother 150% because some of these callers, I hope she taped the one who used to call him nigger.
Yeah.
I hope she taped that too. The one who used to call him nigger and call him, say, oh, you blacks are a bunch of so-and-so.
Yep.
I hope she got that on tape.
But you see, at the end of the day, remember, you know, this is the people's talk show.
Yeah, I don't mind. I ain't disrespecting her. It's her comment.
For real.
You know?
For real.
I mean, if she checks Starkey on Radio 4 program, you hear something that Professor come out with.
Yep.
I mean...
Joke business, huh?
It's a joke.
Talking to the people like this.
I'm talking to the nation.
Yes. Yeah. You know? But again, Ron, as we said, you know, this is some people's phone manner. That's how it is. And you see, a lot of them national radio stations, at the end of the day, they make their money off of controversy. They make their money off telling people, shut your mouth, get off the phone, you idiot, you're this, you're that.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
Let somebody come on, man.
One love.
Right.
Quick. A senior churchman has sparked controversy by saying that Christians should have stayed away from the Nation of Islam's 10,000-man rally. Pastor Matthew Ashimoloa, the leader of Britain's biggest black church, said the church should not be there. They should not march or speak under the crest and star of Islam. It is an insult to Jesus Christ to do so.
You're in tune to Genesis, you're speaking to Jools. This is the People's Talk Show on 91.6. Where are you calling from and what's your name?
Greetings, this is Ras.
Hi, Ras.
How you doing?
I'm not too bad. How can I help you? What would you like to add and spice up today's show?
Well, I would like the listeners then not to start to fight against one another, because there's good points and there's bad points. Good points
Absolutely.
with everything and bad points with everything.
Yes.
Now, the brethren we talked before, yeah, very good, because some people, it's supposed to be called punk, right, for reasons, yeah? Now, the sister, she made a good point as well, because phone manners and the way we deal with one another, we not to follow other people.
Yes.
See? Right? Now, punk, let me define punk. Yeah, they say his story repeats itself, also our story repeats ourselves. Do you remember in the 60s, 70s, them have punk, rocker?
I remember the guys with the Mohican hair and the...
Very derogatory. Very derogatory. They used to go around derogatory clothes and skinhead. They never liked black people.
No.
Remember them?
Yeah.
Right, now you repeat, history repeating itself. Check the black people, how influential we become following people. We tend to start to drop curl, color hair, and all kind of derogatory things start to go on. We community.
Yeah,
so that means
let me say you something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was about to add something, but I'll hold it. Go ahead.
Yeah, history repeating itself, but it is their history coming into our community, and we're taking up. We have to know ourselves and keep our culture. That's why, respect for this program. A very well-known voice, but I just repeat. My name is Ras, yeah.
Okay.
And we'll deal with the matter that we did. But that is the definition of punk. Yeah. His story coming into our community.
Yes.
Because right now, me see the youth them, and believe you me, it disgusts me, the man and the women, the little children, them. Even us as big people, we have to start putting some sense into the youth. Start taking more time with our children and with our community as a whole, just like how you're doing every Sunday right there, sir. And respect due for that.
Yeah.
But I just want to do that punk piece there. But just check that. Check the history coming back, and we start taking up colored hair, drop curl, wear trousers done by your body. You remember them punk rocker there where they used to go on? I went so far, lick two head too. All right, thank you very much.
All right, listen, I'd like to thank you for that, Ras. That was good. I'll tell you why, because I was going to add something in there, but I just want you to get your point out. And that there are people within our community who I'll definitely call punk. right? I'd even say at one stage, right, when I was growing up, I was a punk, yeah? I went and I followed fashion, right, without really knowing too much about myself, but that also comes down onto the parents as well, because the parents have got to be passing on the right kind of message. And all too often, we go into our parents' house, our grandparents' house, our auntie's house, and we are still worshipping effigies, right? European-looking effigies, right? It's all right if you've got a picture and it's reflective and everything, there's a balance, right? There's a balance to everything, and there's respecting everything. But at the same time, you've got to know where you're coming from before you can respect yourself. I think I was talking to someone, a director called Dennis Morrison of a production company called Darker Than Blue, and he was talking about a very interesting project regarding our genealogy. And what he had to say was very interesting, and it is in fact that hardly any of us know our roots. And then when we go to our parents and we ask about our roots, our parents don't really know much about it. And then we're finding that our families are dying out, and we're not actually getting, so we're getting trapped on a timeline. We're actually getting trapped by lack of knowledge on a timeline, because we can't actually trace back our genealogy back 100 years. You find that a lot of European institutions and families are able to trace back their institutions and their families thousands of years. Their family crest, everything. And we really need to grip with this, because we are becoming punks because we ain't got no roots. And I've got to admit that a lot of us, you know, and I'll be the first to admit that I did some really messed up things when I was young, you know. When I mean like dyeing my hair, I dyed my hair. I had the maddest styles you could ever think of, you know. And I even went for the second earring, you know, and I didn't know nothing about body piercing and African tribal things. I just did it because everyone else was, you know. But what I'm saying is that it's absolutely true. I'm going to pass you on to Commissioner, because he's got some very interesting pieces of information to share. And as for the Christian priest who said about they shouldn't go to the march, he's a punk.
Okay, we're going to go through it again. A senior churchman has sparked controversy by saying that Christians should have stayed away from the Nation of Islam's 10,000-man rally. Pastor Matthew Ashimoloa, the leader of Britain's biggest black church, said the church should not be there. They should not march or speak under the crest and star of Islam. It is an insult to Jesus Christ to do so. The head of the 4,000-seater Kingsway International Christian Church Centre, himself a convert from Orthodox Islam, added, "You won't find people like Lee Jasper," did we just talk about him, joining them, but they encourage them by lending their token support to such ventures as this. Black people who need to come together and make a statement should do it under another platform. The Nation of Islam takes advantage of a vacuum in Britain's black community to make Islam look like the black person's religion. It is a hogwash. There will be thousands more ordinary, normal black people going into church on Sunday morning than there will be on the Nation of Islam's Grand March of the century. But listen, Matthew, Bishop, Pastor Matthew, listen. One of the first things, one of the problems with the black community in England, see, you just said it. No, let's forget the unity for the moment, see, you just said it. Here we have, now in your opinion, a Nation of Islam rally. And I'm going to say it again, for you all that don't know and don't understand plain, simple English, this was not a nation rally. A consortium of black organizations, concerned community members got together and organized this day, number one. Can we get that clear, please? And I know that the pastor's in church now, so anyone that, you know, is going to talk to him or meet him after the show, please tell him it was not a Nation of Islam march or rally. The Nation of Islam was one of the organizations represented on the day. Number two, this is the problem. We call for 10,000 black people to come out, seen on a day of unity, because we're concerned about the issues that are affecting us, our children, etc., etc. If you listen to Genesis Radio, we said it from day one. It's not about what we disagree on. It's about what we face. And if we're facing the same problems, then common sense would have it that we get together to tackle those problems. Now, this is where you kind of shot yourself. You want to find out the facts, Because if you know the facts and you say that you're a Christian and you're one of the biggest Christian churches in England, you would have had your people out there on the day. Because you know what Christ says? He says, defend the motherless, defend the fatherless, feed the poor, clothe the naked. Do you understand what I'm telling you? He says, if people is taking liberties with the children, you as a Christian, you as one that has Christ in your heart, is supposed to stand up and defend them. Anywhere you see injustice going on, anywhere you see wickedness prevailing, if you say that you have Christ with you, what did he tell you? That Satan cannot stand before you. So then the best thing you can do, don't go in a church and then you know, you want front sheet on a newspaper to condemn people who are trying to do something to help the community, to help the same people that you all are supposed to be helping. Enough of you Christians have got this attitude that everyone else is below you. The same as enough of the Muslims, the same as enough of the Tab, the same as enough of the Rastas. You all got this attitude that you got it perfectly correct and no one else hasn't. You lot, don't let me start, you know. If you don't understand by now, if I'm a white National Front, BNP, whatever, you could have on Nation, you could have on the biggest cross at our business. You're just a little black nigger. You understand me? That's how my mentality is looking at it. And from your that, then you are expendable, see? Because you're less than an animal. Now, if you don't realize that this is how we are viewed by many, many, many people out there that have power and authority over us. If you don't understand that, well, then you stay in your corner and say that, no, we're not going to come together because he's Nation of Islam and I'm Christian, because he's Rasta and I'm this. You've lost the plot, Pastor.
And you know, it's about time we stop fooling ourselves. Look at it from a businessman's point of view. Each day they go to church, they have about 4 or 5 sermons throughout the day, masses. Each mass, they have a collection. People will probably put in £5 a time. 4,000 times £5, that's £20,000 collected at each sermon. That's nearly 100 grand collected a day. Where is that money going to? How is it helping our community? How is it helping, as you heard Commissioner Jools state, our poor, needy? How is it helping? How is that representing? It's about time we recognize these things and get ourselves together.
So, you should feel a way to come on the radio, to come on, no, not the radio, to come in the paper and say, see, and condemn somebody else. You understand? Sister Jew is saying nation, new nation, that shouldn't even have been printed. What's yours aim? What are you trying to do? Huh? What's the beef behind it? And why put it on the front page? What is your agenda, new nation? Huh? What is it? Good afternoon, you're tuned to Genesis Radio.
Brother, hold it down, calm down, because you see these pastors, they're a bunch of devils. You know, I had a dialogue with one of these pastors a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You know, he said, I'm a devil. I said, yes. I said, Pastor, you still are telling your people in church that Christ was born on the 25th.
Yeah.
So
Who's the devil? Who's the devil?
I said, Pastor, you are the biggest devil I ever come across a long time.
You understand?
I said, because you watching me in my faith and said Jesus was born on the 25th
of December. Huh?
He said, who was born on the 25th? He's a black pastor now.
And everyone knows that's a lie.
And he should know it's a lie.
Will, you know what, Ron, them kind of people, you tell them...
I said, Pastor, he said, who was born? I said, a man named Nimrod.
Yeah.
He was such a devil, he even had sex with his own mother.
And what did he tell you?
Oh, he's not... I said, Pastor, you
That's
telling
right.
me? I said, Pastor, listen.
That's right.
I said, Pastor, right?
That's right.
You know, they should burn down you and all these church.
For real. If they're not... And you know why they should? See? As long as these churches is promoting this mentality of this white Jesus that was born in a stable on the 25th of December to the Virgin Mary, as long as they're promoting this, see? Don't these people, don't they realize? Don't they know that the Pope has got the Black Madonna locked up in the Vatican? Huh? What's wrong with them?
Brother, let somebody come on. Let me hold it down, because some of you black people, you see, that's why this Brother West, I know you're listening, Brother West, but we're closing in for you gradually. You see the information we're giving out to our people? This is thing national radio don't give us. You see? This is thing we don't get. And you was trying to deprive our people, Brother West, but we're closing in slowly for you. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay, my brother. Big up for that. You all are hearing it loud and clear, you know. Now, just sticking with this rally quickly for a moment. There were some what they call leading black men that made comments on it. See? We're going to give you some comments of some of these men. Oh, sorry, Cool, I'll try again. See, we're going to give you some of the comments of some of these men. Bam, TV personality and author Trevor Phillips. Anything which gets black men together to take up their responsibilities has to be supported. No matter where the impetus is coming from, it is critically important that men are around to help young people play a positive part in society. As for the Nation of Islam, I think it very unlikely that the black community could ever be hijacked in this country by them. They are rather small and some of their aims are eccentric. Their message of segregation and racial division does not have any force in this country because our history is not like that of America's. They'll just never catch on. This is TV presenter Trevor Phillips. Seen? Says that it's a positive thing, has his own personal views on the nation, but says it's a positive thing.
You're in tune to Genesis. This is Jools speaking. How may I help you? What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Seem to have lost that call. No problem. I've got to say that I feel that newspapers which print such garbage have got a responsibility to the readers and to the public, right? And what is your agenda? What is your hidden agenda? The fact is that you're promoting it on the front page of your newspaper, right? Okay, I'm just going to take this call. Hello, this is Genesis, the People's Talk Show, 91.6. You're in tune to Jools. What's your name and where are you calling from? Sorry, darling, I can't hear you. Say that again. Sorry, hang on, I'll just pass on to Commissioner. I'm going to try and fiddle with the aerial.
Yes, please, my brother. Sorry?
We said about the churches.
Yeah.
I agree with you 150%. It is true what you're saying. It is true.
I'm talking from experience because I spent a lot of time in churches, especially black churches.
It's true what you're saying. It is definitely, most definitely true because all those that are in church, when you choose, if you go back to the Bible, what you're saying is 150% truth.
Okay.
Yeah? And I agree with you 150%.
All right, my brother.
Yeah?
For that.
So just let London Town know that, yeah, just hold the truth, let them know what's going down.
Okay.
Yeah?
Big up for that, my brother.
All right, my brother.
One love. You all are hearing it there, see? And it's a pity, you know, because I talk to church people, and they always say, boy, I can't get to the show on a Sunday, you know, because I'm in church. Don't you all know that Sunday isn't supposed to be the day you're in church? Don't you know that that's Satan's day? How are you worshipping your God on a Sunday? Don't you know the Sabbath is a Saturday? Haven't you learned that yet? Huh? Please, come on.
Can you turn your radio down a little bit?
True.
Hi.
I don't mean no offense, but you said Commissioner wanted to have a word. Can you pass me on to Commissioner?
Yeah, I'll pass you on.
Big up, King D. What are you saying?
Basically, I guess, it would be a good thing to mention the edition of the first newspaper on October the 19th.
Okay. What's it saying?
You know, it's got a picture of the big thing in Trafalgar Square. Where certain people attended.
That's right. It's got a big picture of Leo and some of them up there,
but I'm talking about the front page of the Voice.
It's in color.
And that looks good.
Yes.
But immediately on top of it, it's got links. You know, like the Ku Klux Klan used to do when they used to hang people in America of dark color skin.
Lynch mob.
lynch mob, like they said, the lynch mob.
Okay.
But to have a picture.
Hello? 4AD, we lost you, man. Try me again. 0795 777 5477. That's the number that's going to get you through to the People's Talk Show. See, now in this part, yeah, we are going to go. We're still on the rally, and we're dealing again, like you heard, Brother D was coming with a point about the publicity and the way after the event it was put over, and the way, and some of these little people that come out of the woodwork, like little louse, and come and talk. See, when we was organising this thing, when we was calling all of the different community organisations together, Pastor, where was you? Huh? Why didn't you contact us? Why didn't you say, oh, that's a good idea, but here what? You can't make the nation run it, so let us go and put in our tuppence worth as well. Why? Because you've got 4,000 members in your congregation. Is that why? Huh? Is that why? Teach the people the truth, man. You got the people in church on a Sunday. All of you people that's in a church on a Sunday, see? All of you that's in there, let me tell you something. Saturday. You know, black people, and if you got sense, you check this, you know. See? Why is it that black people never cook on a Friday? Huh? After certain hours, black people ain't cooking nothing. Now this is, I've known this from since I was a youth. Every day of the week food cook, you know. But you see Friday, oh, I wonder why.
Hello, caller, you're in to Genesis 91.6 FM, the People's Talk Show.
You cannot speak into commotion now.
Yeah, go true, my brother.
You said you're on the voice.
Yeah.
It's got the title Lynch. In big writing on top of the report of the march.
Yeah.
And in a way, that was a psychological thing, what has been done by the voice.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Really, they meant to represent the enslaved nation, but that tells me automatically there's something funny going on.
That's right. That's right. The same with the nation, my brother. In the way that they reported this. See, and look, we was there, right? And we see what happened, and we see what it was about, we know what it was about. These people, the way that they reported it in the black press in particular, see, it leaves a lot to be desired. Obviously, these people, they got another agenda.
The way it was advertised in the nation, they had a big picture what search to the top of Nelson's column and the enslaved nation underneath it.
I'm looking at it right now, D.
True. Yeah. In other words, they're playing a psychological game. What's the voice and the nation what is meant to represent the enslaved people then?
You understand?
Really, they work for the people and the writers keep us down low.
For real.
Yes.
And you know what? And you know what? You see, as you say that, because anyone out there, listen to what D's saying, you know. If you got a new nation, look at it. And the second, third page, you'll see a picture of, you got the Lion of Judah flag flying, see? Some blackheads, couple pictures of white man, and Nelson's column. But hear the joke. They've got the full length of Nelson's column in the picture. And not the black. They haven't got there's no full length black people in there, you know, D. It's just Nelson's column. So you're 100% correct. You understand?
And another thing I want to explain to the lady that is on the radio station that even though my voice cannot be fully comprehended, many people still hear it. Some people don't hear it. But if they don't hear, they don't hear. If they do hear, they hear. Yeah, but as long as I'm able to speak, I will speak. And at that, I would like to say a quick poem to do with my shotgun injury.
Go to.
The lady would be able to comprehend.
Go true, D. Go true.
Truly. People say I David have life and that's a miracle, and I talk facts which are true. For King David was shot in the left side of my head and left for dead. Thanks to the most superior, I survived that death coup. So take a good look at me David's face and see the black skin description looks out of place. If you look a piece closer, it's easy to trace. I King David, a dark brown skin with a high degree of melanin, and I think you know what I'm talking about. The people outside the enslaved nation, really, the whole planet of people are kept down low, but you know what that is. Keep the superior race from rising. I repeat that. Is to keep the superior race from rising.
Yeah.
So, you know the Illuminati, some people may know something about them.
Yeah.
I would give another kind of wording like the Freemason. They control the way we think, the concepts that they con us with, and we accept the term, like I mentioned this many times, but you know something, I done business. You know, we are so used to the text black, and we're so used to the other text white. Really, it's dark brown skin and high melanin to pale pink skin to low melanin, and I don't mean that to be offensive. I simply try and examine the truth, even though I suffered brain damage from the gunshot shooting, which was done by a fellow dark brown skin, high melanin person that had the slave mentality of fighting down his own race. When, in case some people don't know, I used to practice the sport boxing and was looking to go all the way. And once I earned some kind of money to open a big center in London to help my fellow people.
That's right.
And my fellow people decided to wipe me out. But you know something, due to the help I received from the most superior, I'm still here. And really, a lot of people don't know this. But however, we've all got certain gifts, but we don't know we have them. In a way, the most superior has already given it to all of us. At that I will say peace, and the most superior, the most highest superior force, guide and protect you, and try hard. In the way I got to try hard, and all the